under this blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the middle. Let's see. Let's go. Have it right, Middles FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Hope everyone's doing good. Listen, this is a second stream for me. Big up to everyone that's in here. All the usual, all the jazz, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. But you know what I mean, it's got to be done. Needs to be done. And if you haven't done it already, then do me a favor and you know what I mean, land them minerals. But today's going to be a bit of a different kind of setup. I'm going to actually put the link in the chat so that anyone that wants to actually come on and voice their opinion on anything that's, you know, that we're thinking, you know, that they want to talk about, you know, that's what it's all about. I will say a few things before we get into it, but before I do that, I'll get into the comments. Like, also, if you've got any questions that you wanna ask before we get into it, then let's go for it, bruv. Let's go for it. Yes, free Johnny Minerals, mate. Yeah, I'm free, mate. This is my channel now, so I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of you in here. Big Ron, especially Big Ron. He's been following me for a long time. I don't even think you're a Chelsea fan. I think you're a United fan. So big up to you. I appreciate the support. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like, let's get into it, bruv. Yeah, and if you want to come on, like I said, I'm gonna put the link in there, and you can come on, and we'll have a good chat. Do you know what I mean? Big up, Fatter. I see you in here. I see a lot of you. Obviously, like the video because it does help. And one of the things that I was taken aback from my last video, I had a lot of interaction on that, and the comments were just quality, like proper minerals that you lot were giving me feedback, and I appreciate the comments. So obviously, at the end of this video, I want to stress it's very important for you to write in the comments and give me feedback, and that helps me push my channel, push it forward, really. And obviously the liking and the subscribing goes without saying. Do you know what I mean? But that's all I got to say on that. For you know what I mean, I'm not going to go on about all that stuff. It's long, mate. Big up, Johnny, the real voice of Chelsea fans. No waffle. Yeah, Top Bins. I see you on Twitter all the time, mate. Big up to you. Yeah, I do say how it is. Because there's too much bangers and mash waffle out here. Let's be real about it. There is too much nonsense. Let's bring one up. Recently, this one wound me up. Do you know what I mean? Oh, let me take the chat off so you can actually see. So that toothpick, yeah, goes. It's true. Tuchel is a fan of Juventus midfielder Rabois and liked him when he was at PSG. Come on, let's have it right. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. Thomas Tuchel bans PSG rebel Rabois from accessing the locker room on match days. Let's have it right. He ain't coming to Chelsea. He does not want this guy, mate. So I don't understand. I just don't get the. It's just clickbait. That's all it is. I don't even follow it. Listen, you lot know, all the ones that follow me, you know what I think about journalists, and what their ulterior motive is. I know all about it. I've been in media myself. Listen, I wouldn't buy into that nonsense. I really wouldn't. That's just one example. I mean, another one I heard recently, Matt Law's come out obviously with Jules Koundé and how Jules Koundé, Chelsea were aware of his injury, and that's not really going to sort of affect any possible deal. Yeah. But then today that toothpick comes out with, that was Marina was pushing Jules Koundé and it's not a Tuchel priority. So which one is it, fellas? Which one is it? You know? Or are we just here for clickbaiting all day long? It's just irritating. It really is. So I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. I personally think that Chelsea. I think Tuchel does like Koundé. I think Koundé is a top player. I think he ticks all the boxes for what we need in the defence for us. Versatility, 2-footed, technically good leap, good header in, ball playing centre back, and versatility is the key. And he's at a good age. And listen, the release clause ain't too bad. And then you're hearing Ligt. Now, Ligt, I want Ligt. I said it earlier on that I do want Ligt. I think he's a top player. At the age he's at, I think he could offer us something different. And I think he's built for the league. If I'm being real, I think he is built for the league. Physically strong, good ball player as well, from what I've seen. So for me, those two it's highly possible to get both of them. And there's talk about Emerson being thrown in with Ligt. So there are opportunities there in the market for us to sort of go and have a nibble at. But I don't believe this nonsense that Tuchel doesn't want Koundé. I'm not going to believe that, Nathan. He's a teenager, mate. Matt Law's come out and said something else, and everyone finds Matt Law credible. I don't like any of them, and I don't think any of them are credible, especially the way they act at Thomas Tuchel and the way they really sort of have a go at him. So at the end of the day, I think Koundé and Ligt are highly possible. And for me, if we sign those two players, let's have it right, they are better than Rudiger and Christensen, right? And they're younger. So I want that in my team. I want that. Defense is important. Defense is important. There was another tweet. So Simon Phillips put out, Thomas Tuchel promised up to 6 summer signings by the new Chelsea owners of 200 million to spend. And I think that isn't just about players. There's a bit of confusion whether that is selling players on top of the 200 million or whether you have to have a sort of one in, one out policy within that 200 million spent. That doesn't make sense. I think if Boehly's coming in to land the minerals and make a statement and sort of gain the trust and the love of the fans, then I believe it's going to be 200 million plus who we sell. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So 200, although figure could be further boosted by sales. There you go. So there's a lot of speculation there. And then Absolute put out the key is to basically work with Tuchel to come up with the best players that are available. We really want to make sure we have a good defense. We've got depth in midfield. Really, we're not desperate for an out-and-out striker. Well, listen, you say depth in midfield. If that's the case, we keep Jorginho and Kante, then you're bringing in Gallagher and Gilmour. Then yeah, I see where they're coming from now. But I think Kante or Jorginho, one of them's going to go. Because you need the Rolls Royce in there. I don't care what anyone tells me. Declan Rice is probably the most important signing. He's got the minerals, a baller. Absolutely. I tweeted out a compilation about 6 minutes long on my Twitter today, and I watched it, and he's got everything that we do not have. So anyone that doesn't want Declan Rice, I think you need to go and watch him. Like I say, go and study Mason Mount, go and study Declan Rice. Because Declan Rice, he scored an unbelievable goal outside the box. Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic can't do that. He's a workhorse. He's got great passing range. He can slot in back into centre-back position. He can help us play midfield 3. We can play midfield 2. He can play on his own if he wants. You know, the gaffer can mould him. He's at the right age to be moulded. These are all the things that we need at our football club, and we haven't got them. So for me, Declan Rice elevates Chelsea to the next level in the middle of the park. Koundé and Ligt elevates us to the next level. These are real signings. These are mineral signings. These are signs that I want to see at our football club, you know. And we're hearing a lot of names being put out with Chelsea. So you have to sort of see how those develop. But for me, Ligt putting in a transfer request, mate, you go and snap this kid up. I'm sorry. You go and sign him. I've seen a lot of nonsense tweets about we let go of Guay and we let go of Tomori. Listen, I love the Cobham boys. I never wanted to sell Tomori, and it happened. It's all about timing. I keep telling and stressing this. When it comes to the youth, it's about timing. And those two players, it wasn't right. And Chelsea didn't even... listen, these players didn't even want to get loaned. You know, Chelsea probably tried to loan them, and it didn't happen. So at the end of the day, if the players themselves don't want to be loaned, then you're going to sell them. You know, you're going to sell them because they're not ready to play at Chelsea. There's one thing playing for those mid teams, but playing for Chelsea Football Club is a whole different ball game. And I have to stress that, you know, players like Gallagher and Gilmour, for me, they're very close to being ready. They're very close. I think Gallagher's proven because he's played a lot of minutes at Crystal Palace. And I would say this, Gilmour, his loan to Norwich was piss poor. That was the worst loan that we could have given him. And everyone knew about my opinion on loaning Gilmour. Had to be the right loan. That was a wrong loan. I didn't even want to loan him. And the season that's just gone proves that we shouldn't have loaned him anyway. We should have kept him. So Gilmour, for me, hasn't had as many minutes of, you know, intense regular Premier League football because he was in that side. So that could be a detriment to him sort of staying next season and sort of growing into the team. Whereas Gallagher, I think Tuchel admires a lot. I know he admires Gilmour as well because Gilmour's, listen, let's have it right. He's got the minerals. He's one of my favourite youth players. He is one of my favourite youth players. And I need Gilmour back at Chelsea because I think even if you do bring a Declan Rice and you keep Kante and Kovacic, Gilmour still gives you something we haven't got. Both Rice and Gilmour give you that. So why would you go and loan out Gilmour again? If it's a part of a deal, let's have it right, to get Richarlison from Everton, because you know Super Frank loves Gilmour. He brought him through. He knows all about the kid. If that's the case, then I'm not too happy with that. I'll be honest. I am not happy with that. You know, I think if it's a loan deal, then okay, I'll take the loan deal. It's bearable for me. But if it's to sell him, officially sell Gilmour, no chance. Fuck that. I ain't selling Richarlison, buying Richarlison to sell Gilmour. No way. Ain't happening. I'd never do that. So that's the key for me. hopefully it is a loan deal, because I think he needs one more loan, and there's a big future for Gilmore. And let's have it right, yeah. There's a lot of nonsense going about the timeline. I would say this, until the shirt, or there's a very close here we go, until the shirt's held up by the player, I'm not really going to buy into too much. But for me, Ligt putting in a transfer request, that's big news today, people. That is big news. And I like this player and I want this player. Let me just, you got to go easy on these chats, man. All right. So, yes, my guy, he knows all about it. He knows about the minerals, mate. Ari Dino, my boy. Big up to Ari Dino. Big up, Johnny. Ballon d'Or minerals. Yeah, let's have it right. Let's have it right, fella. Let's have it right. Ligt, perfect silver successor. Yeah, potentially, because he can play in the free in the middle. I think, I don't know if you saw it today, but Tuchel basically said, or it was reported that he's not sort of too keen on, or doesn't feel forced to move away from the back three system, the wing back system, because he thinks we're strongest there. Well, let's have it right. If he makes the right signings this summer, then I think that will change. Currently, as it stands, yeah, back three, but Silva can only play the back three. All right, he cannot play back four anymore. He's 37, going on 38 years old. When you play in the back four, you like Silva at the minute. It's in the middle, so he's just roaming, controlling, pushing into sort of the pivot position in midfield, and has more ball playing responsibilities. But if you put him in the back four, you're relying on both your centre backs to go outwards like that, and he ain't got the legs for it. So Ligt can play back four, so can Koundé, so can Reece James. So we've got a lot of options there. I think he's got the minerals, that kid. Let's go through something else. Yeah. What's this one? Johnny, what's your thoughts on Pi saying if Tuchel doesn't get it right this season, he's looking like he's in trouble, chat shit. Yeah, Pi's a mash. He's a waffle merchant. He's a wannabe journalist. I ain't got time for nonsense like that. Let's have it right. But Tuchel ain't got to worry about nothing. This is more than a one window rebuild. This is what these young kids don't understand. We've been promised, say, Tuchel's been promised 6 signings. Depending on who those signings are, will determine how you do next season. But Tuchel's got more than one season, mate. I'm telling you that. I wouldn't buy into that. That's nonsense. Yeah, big up, happy Big Friday. Big up, happy Friday. Yeah, I might do it a regular thing. If this goes well, I'll do a live calling like every Friday or something, because it's quite good to do like a roundup of the week. Johnny's the goat. Oh, I'm going to be quite humble here. I ain't no goat, mate, but big up to you, fella. I appreciate that. Big up, bro. Yeah, Bobby, how you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well, mate. Ligt for Chelsea, yeah, 100%, mate. I am all up for it. I'm all up for it. There's a lot of things happening, Johnny. What about contract extension for Mount and Reece? Yeah, it's going to come. It's going to come. There's no problem about that. Mount and James, they both could have, done a Rudiger and AC stunt, and they didn't, because they're proper Chelsea. To them, for Mount and Reece, money is not really the be and end all. It's part of the game. It's part of being a footballer. But it's not like they're going to force a move because they want to get 200 grand and Chelsea only paying them 120. Nah, mate. They'll play for Chelsea. They're proper Chelsea. They love the club. They both want to be captains. I think Mount will be the captain of Chelsea Football Club. No disrespect to Reece, but I think Mount is more of a captain, and I think Reece will be the vice captain. And that, for me, I'm happy with that. a lot of people want to say Reece, but Reece for me is not vocal enough. I'm sorry, he's not vocal enough. And I think Mount being in the middle of the park, in more positions, he's got more of an opportunity to control the team. Asby's been all right as a captain and he's a legend, but I think like unless you're like central figure, I mean for me, Minerals man, all day long, captain, all day long. No one's going to convince me otherwise. Yeah, I do say it how it is. I'm not going to give you bangers and mash waffle. I'll tell you that now. Our midfielder is not good enough to win the league. Our midfield's not good enough to win the league. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, Jorginho's. I don't think you can win a Premier League with Jorginho. He's too slow. Slow in distribution. Slow in recovery. If you want to win a Premier League, you have to go and get Declan Rice. Declan Rice wins you the Premier League. Definitely. Gives you that balance in the middle of the park. And it will free up sort of cover to not have to worry so much about covering Jorginho all the fucking time. Yeah, always, mate. Kovacic can do what? Can do what? He's a great progressor. He hasn't got a shot on him. Hasn't really got an assist on him for a progressive 8 midfielder. That's why Real Madrid sold him. You know, if he could score goals and assist all the time, you wouldn't sell a player like that at Real Madrid. What about Neymar? Yeah, bruv. Oh, mate, Neymar, give me them minerals. I tell you what, listen, 30 years old or whatever he is, 31, I'll take him, I'll snap him up. Who doesn't want Neymar? You know, who does not want Neymar? My cousin, he's an absolute Neymar fanatic. He's a Neymar fanatic, and I will banter him if we sign him. I'll banter him. Big up, Ant. Let's have a look. Do you hate Man U or Arsenal or Fulham more? Listen, we've had history with Man U, but when I was younger, I fucking hated Arsenal with a passion. I hate their fans. Their fans are a nightmare. I mean, look at all the biggin their fans were giving back into the season. We got Super Mick Arteta, you wrong-uns. Wrong-uns. You know? Mick Arteta, bottle job. You ain't building shit with that manager. You ain't going nowhere with that manager. He's useless. Yeah? No matter who you sign. You know, you get Jesus. Jesus is going there just for the money, just like every other player, like Aubameyang and Ozil. And look what happened to those lot. Where'd they get them? So, yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, I hate Fulham. Obviously. But between Man U and Arsenal, I hate Arsenal more. I mean, we did have rivalry back in the day with United, obviously, as you know, as a United fan. But United don't bother me too much. I hate Liverpool much, much more. Much, much more. Them dippers piss me off, bruv. Right, this one. Johnny thoughts on Graham Boehly tweet at Chelsea contact. We know we're in contact with West Ham. They're just playing hardball. Let's have it right. They want Broja, yeah? All right. And some people mentioning about me, I'm happy to sell Broja. Listen, I said this. I don't want to sell Broja. I think he's got the minerals. I think he's a real talent, yeah? But he's already come out and he's had a taste. I have to keep repeating myself. He's had a taste of playing first team football at Southampton, right? He wants to play minutes at Chelsea, and at Chelsea's level, it's not guaranteed for him. He's so young. So he needs to decide, do I want to make it at Chelsea? And if I do want to make it at Chelsea, I'm going to fight for my place. And when I come into pre-season, the gaffer's going to assess me. And Thomas Tuchel said he's going to assess all of the youth players and the loanee players. And Broja's one of those players. But until the gaffers assessed him, we can't put him as part of a deal. West Ham are trying to take an opportunity right now to get him. And they're balking at our price tag. Our price tag's probably 35, 40 million. And fucking too right, the way the market is and the season that he's had and the qualities that he's got, then yeah, that's what we want. And they're balking at it. Well, we're balking at 150 million. How about that, West Ham rats? How about that? We're balking at that figure. So why don't you bring your figure down, and then we can maybe do a deal? You know, I can't stand West Ham. Another one. Can't stand West Ham, mate. That away game scarred me this season. Fucking and Mount scored a worldie, absolute worldie goal. What's this one? West Ham reject Chelsea approach for Declan Rice. Blues may return with a new offer and test West Ham's resolve by offering Broja and Ross Barkley in part exchange. What do you think? Oh, I called this. I called this way before. I called this like a month ago. When I heard and I got whiff that they're interested in Broja, because West Ham have been after a striker for a long time. When I heard this news, I knew straight away Broja will be part of the Rice deal. Now, this is the twist of the plot, right? Where I'm okay. If it's a case that Broja is not willing to play second fiddle to Kai Havertz or a Werner, for example, playing that central number 9 role, but the gaffer wants to keep him, then I'm sorry, we're Chelsea Football Club. You know, I would expect more from Broja. I'd expect him to want to fight for his place. You know, therefore, I don't think we'd sell him. And Tuchel will mould him into I think a great striker. He's got physical strength. He's got pace. He's got technical ability. He can pull out a goal. I think he's a baller. Big up Andrew, because Andrew knows him. He's a good kid, and I really hope that we don't sell him. I'll be gutted if we sell him, because I think he'll be one of those that'll bite us in the arse. I'll be honest. I think he'll do very well at West Ham. I think he'll suit West Ham, but I think he'll suit us as well. You know, I think he's got a lot of attributes that we could do. He offers us something different up front. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one evolves. But personally, I'll be real with you. I don't want to sell him. But if he doesn't want to stay and fight for his place, then we will sell him. It's as simple as that. You know, there's no guarantee at Chelsea. You're a lonely player and you're a youth player. There's no guarantee, mate, that you just walk in. It's not, well, I'm not, you know, it's another Livramento or Lamptey situation. And let's have it right. Not every youth player that we have will break into the first team. Players like Reece James, Mason Mount, exceptional talents. Yeah. Generational ballers. That's why they're in the team, and that's why they're played by Tommy T every game. Trev Chalobah's been at the right time, got his opportunity. If we bought Koundé last summer and Marina did stretch it out, and we didn't buy that cement booted fella, and we bought, you know, a Rice and a Koundé, does Trev make it? You know, you have to question whether he makes it or not. So it's all about timing with the youth players and for the right positions. You know, Livramento left because you had Asby and Reece James there. You know, he ain't playing over those two. It's just not going to happen. So that's my thing on Broja. Broja for me, listen, if he doesn't want to fight, then I'll put him part of the deal, and I think you'll get Declan Rice. And I think Chelsea might look at it as the make weight to getting that deal done. Big up, Dread. Yeah, proper Chelsea. How you doing, fella? So Timo Werner, I've seen you in many streams, mate. Big up for joining on my stream. I hope you subscribed and liked and all that. And if you haven't, please do that, because it helps the channel. I hate saying it's boring, mate. Rodrigo, yeah, big up, fella. Big up. I've done that one. I'll get through it, and I'm gonna bring on my boy Lewis. Which I'll send you the link, Lewis. Bear with me. Johnny, Messi or Ronaldo? Oh, fucking hell, you want to get into this debate? Quickly, if you're looking at aesthetics, then Messi. I think Messi, and listen, Messi's a Barcelona player. That's all. That's what he is. Like Fergie said, he's a Barca player. Ronaldo's not that. Ronaldo's Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo, for me, he's done it in every league. He's broken records. Ballon d'Or. All right, he's got one less Ballon d'Or, but they're both just generational goats. Ronaldo's done it everywhere, and he's still doing it. Messi's gone to PSG and he's gone to pot. It doesn't happen to Cristiano Ronaldo. Doesn't happen. So I think Ronaldo might edge it. I think he edges it. But Messi's Messi, mate. It's a tough one. I mean, I might do a debate show on that, and I can bring on rivals, United fans, Barcelona fans, Real Madrid fans. That'd be a good debate, actually. I'd enjoy that. Yeah, big up, Giza. I appreciate that. All right, so let me get Lewis in here quickly, and I can't even. I got to get used to doing all this nonsense. All right, but keep the chat going, mate. Keep the chat going. I want to know, actually. Do you guys in here want Declan Rice? I want to know that. Let me know if you want Declan Rice. Regardless of the price tag. Regardless of the price tag. Because for me, I'd pay the money. I'd pay over 100 million for him. He's too important to me and to our football club. He's too important. Rice in, yeah. 70 million. If it's in with Broja, yeah, that'll happen. 70 million plus Broja. That's the problem. 70 million plus him. The thing is, where Chelsea in a strong position, who else is after Declan Rice at the minute? No one else has got that money. There's teams that want him, don't get me wrong. There's teams that want him, but no one's got 100 million plus to pay. What's that one? I want Richarlison. Yeah, but not if it means get Billy Gilmore going the other way, mate. Like selling Billy Gilmore. Fuck no, I ain't doing it. I'm not trading a mineral general for a good player. He's a good player with potential. Fatty, you're just a simp, bruv. Listen, none of that nonsense. I don't want none of them wet rules in here, fella. I don't want none of that nonsense in here. Why would I pay 100 Xavi, mate? Why would I pay 100 million? Because we need that player, bruv. I need that player. He changes everything. You got no Basuma, no Kamara. Who's the other one? Who's the other player? Tchouameni. There's no one else. There's no one else on that top level. Tchouameni and Rice are the top level. The other two are not top level. And I stress this, Basuma is not Chelsea level. He's like a squad addition for me. Declan Rice is Chelsea level, Tchouameni Chelsea level, But Declan Rice has got proven Premier League pedigree. And he's got European experience now. So that's why I'd pay the money. I'd pay it. Yeah, it's going to happen. I think that's likely to be the deal. You got some funny comments, you lot, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, they all say this, that I look like where is that? Rice, Mount, Gilmore. That's the minerals, mate. I mean, that's the future. That's the future. That's my dream midfield. That's my dream midfield. One of my dream midfields. I think they've got all the minerals in there to do damage and dominate. Brexit Pep, yeah, let's have it right. Let's have it right. You got a gem in Gilmore. You don't need Rice. Watched him play against United. Unreal time. Yeah, but I'd say, Harry, I'd say this, yeah. Gilmore is a completely different player to Rice, and I think they play together. But for me, Rice gives you tactical flexibility, and he's a quality player. He just really is, and he's still young. And Gilmore, everyone knows what I think about Gilmore. I think Gilmore is just he's one of those I will put in that generational talent bracket, and you will all see that. And I hope it's at Chelsea and not anywhere else. I hope it's at Chelsea, not anywhere else. All right, let me bring in Lewis. Yes, Lewis, big up my geezer.
Yes, bro. What are you saying?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Sorry, man. I got carried away getting in the comments and that. And
no worries, man. Stream life will be like that. It is what it is.
I'm gonna.
What are you saying anyway, man? Bad news on the Declan Rice front. Here's peak.
Why? Why is it bad news? What's bad news?
You not seen the stuff from Graham Boehly? They had an instant approach rejected, and they said he's not for sale in the summer.
Yeah, but they're playing
That's what it
hardball. They're playing hardball. They're playing hardball because we're playing hardball with Broja.
That ain't no hardball, bruv. That's more than a hardball. It's a no. They said
right,
Basmati is not for sale.
Lewis, we cannot go next season, Jorginho and Kante again.
But we've already heard the last thing we're going for is a DM. Like, we're focusing on defense and attack first.
Rice is so important, mate. He's too important. Defense, right?
Rice ain't happening, bro.
I think it will. I think it will happen. I think it's going to happen, mate. And listen, and when it does, you'll see the difference. But for me, it's all dependent on Jorginho and Kante's contracts. And also, I think Tuchel's going to assess the Cobham boys. You know, he's going to assess them. He has to assess everyone. You know, Broja, Gallagher, Gilmore, Colwell. You know, there's a lot of players to assess, so that we can see whether they're good enough, whether they're ready. Not all these young kids are ready, Lewis. You know what I'm saying? They're not ready yet. And they don't, and because they've had a taste of first team football, like Broja and Gallagher, they want to play. And that for me, no, I think we'll get him, mate. I think it's going to be a long sort of negotiation process. What's this one? Big up, Trev, mate. Smoke screen for us saying we're happy with our midfield operation. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's true. And also, listen, the propaganda from these brown envelopes is to do what, Lewis? Is to help selling clubs and buying clubs.
What's the brown envelopes and what's the legit sources?
I don't think there are any legit sources, to be fair.
So what? Everything we hear from the media is just a load of arse.
It's bought, yeah.
For every media output, every article.
Yeah, if you want to go like
Matt Law to Ben Jacobs to Graham Boehly, ES Grimes.
Yeah, but ES Grimes, you see, ES Grimes is someone who's trying to gain reputation, right? She's come out of nowhere and she's trying to gain reputation. And I think players like players in the game like Jacob are trying to sort of down tool that and push it down. Matt Law, and then you've got a battle. You've seen the battle between Matt Law and Nizar Kinsella. They're all out there for themselves. Every single one of them's out there for themselves. I don't trust any of them. And Nathan Gizin, that little toothpick, he's a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah, but he's been proven to have sources in the club. The guy gets a lineup right on a consistent basis.
Yeah. Well, my advice to that little kid is stick to your lineups, mate, because your reports recently have been fucking bangers and mash waffle.
Which ones have been waffle?
What, that we want Rabah when Tuchel had a falling out with Rabah? Why the fuck would he want to sign Rabah for?
Apparently, Tuchel is interested in him, and he's 15 million.
Apparently.
And it wasn't Tuchel that fell out with him; it was PSG.
Let's see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Do I only trust Simon? I like Simon Phillips. I got respect for Simon Phillips. Yeah, and
I got respect for Simon Phillips too, but he quotes the articles that other people quote as well.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of stuff early as well before it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a few that do that. I'm not saying Simon Phillips is fake or anything. Like, big up Simon Phillips every time, but it's not just him too. I think Ben Jacobs is reliable. Matt Law is reliable. Grimes, I'm holding on the Dembele news, but she was right about the Lukaku stuff. And like most of the stuff that I hear come from her is usually correct, except stuff that isn't really involving Chelsea. When it comes to Chelsea, I think she's usually correct. Nathan Gissing as well, definitely reliable.
Yeah, what about Liam Towney and all them lot in the Athletic, brother? Let's have it right, Lewis. They got the Lukaku one.
The Athletic aren't really like. I don't look at them for transfer updates. I look at them for more behind the scenes updates, like they're talking about fallouts in the dressing room and stuff like that. That's why I feel like they're a bit more insightful. When it comes to transfer updates, they don't really tell me anything that I haven't already heard.
Listen, I'm telling you this now, right? Every single one of them got the Lukaku one wrong. And they all got mudded, yeah? So, what? These lot don't get things wrong? Of course they do. A lot of it is like aimlessly shooting. They might get a whiff of something and then they want to put it out. And they want the clicks, mate. I'm not into all that. Honestly, I don't buy anything they say. Until the player's holding up the shirt, I'll believe it to an extent now. That's how I am. You know? All this Kunde news that now Tuchel, Marina's pushing it and it wasn't Tuchel. Well, if Marina's pushing it, she would have bought him last season. She didn't. So, you know what I mean? I'm not going in with that. Matt Law as well. He's a rat.
No, Matt Law's reliable, man.
Yeah. Of course he's reliable. And then he wants to come out and try and mud our manager. Fuck off.
What manager? Which one? What do you mean?
He's trying to mud Tuchel, man.
What did he say about Tuchel?
They're basically putting blame on Tuchel. That he didn't get Lukaku to work and all this stuff. And now he's only got a season left. Fuck off. Who are you knowing he's got a season left? Boehly's gone in there, right? And he's literally come in and got Lukaku out the door immediately for a really piss poor deal, to be fair. We've lost a shitload of money, right? I know we're not paying his wages, but he's done it because that's what Tuchel wants, right? He's done it immediately. No mucking around. And all of a sudden now, because Tuchel's now getting backed properly, because under Roman, Tuchel's not getting backed. I'm sorry. He ain't getting backed.
Like, to me, like the Lukaku stuff, that's a discussion we've been there and we've already had, but he's gone and he's a rat, so I don't really care about defending.
No, I know, but it's the agenda behind the next day or whatever tweeting and saying how, you know, Tuchel's got to take responsibility in this and that. Oh, he's part to blame because he wanted to play. He never wanted that player. Stop force feeding that nonsense, man. It's like they won't let it go. So when I listen to these journalists, I cannot stand them, bruv. And news is changing very, very quickly. All right. And it's going to change. And we are in the market. Everyone knows that Chelsea Football Club are actively in the market. Yeah. We're actively in the market. So we're going to get linked to every player under the sun. And that's how it goes. Pies and Mash ain't even he's not even a journalist, mate.
No, Pies is more of a news article. He takes like sources and everything and puts them in himself.
Yeah.
Big him up as well. Oh shit, it's been a minute, man. I hope he's good.
Him up on here, bruv. Don't big him up on here, mate.
Who, Pies?
Nah, man, fuck that.
You don't rate Pies?
No, bruv.
Oh, you got to chat to Pies personally, man. Pies is bro.
Bruv, listen. You wanna?
Yeah, that Vince guy's weird though. He's got a massive Jorginho.
I ain't got time for people that block me. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got time for them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I ain't bigging up a kid, man. Sorry, man. But anyway, yeah, he's a copy merchant. You're right, Chris. He is a copy merchant. He's a copy merchant. But anyway, I don't want to talk about idiots. I'm going to put the link out there. I'm going to invite people to come in and have their say, bruv. So let me do that. If you come on here with any nonsense, I'm chucking you out. Yeah?
You're 100% getting some Mount slander in here. 100%.
Copy. And then... All right, let's go. All right, I've put it in the chat now.
Yeah, guys, get in, bruv. Get in. And Thunder Road, don't give him ideas, man. Fucking hell.
What?
No, Thunder Road is trying to help, but like I don't want anyone to get no wrong ideas. Because I've seen that happen before, you know. People hop in with no camera and then bust their willies out of nothing. It's all mad. It ain't happened on my streams yet, thank God. Johnny, you frozen or what?
No, bruv. I'm just looking
I
at
thought you froze for a sec.
No. I want people to come and have their say, mate. That's what it's about.
Yeah, people hop in, bro, but don't hop in without liking. I fucking hell.
I'll put Fatter in here, bruv.
Oh, yes.
Man.
What you say? Oh, so you're awake now, but like when it's on my streams, you're just gonna go mute.
No, I was awake on your stream as well.
Bro. Yeah. You just pop in to say minerals every now and then and disappear.
Bro, on the last stream, what you on? Look, I'll be real, yeah. I've seen these Rice news and Reece James contract. I think the contract needs to be sorted first, though. I'll be real. I think Reece James deserves that. Yeah. I think Reece James deserves like 3 years contract at least, maybe more.
I think Reece James will get, a 4-year deal, something like that, 5-year deal. Personally, I don't think you're gonna. I wouldn't give him anything less than 4 or 5 years. That's not going to be the case. But at the same time, he's going to assess his options, isn't he? He's going to assess his options.
What options? Why did he want to assess his option for? He's not going to go anywhere.
No, but Real Madrid are interested in him. I don't think he'll go because I think he'll get the contract, but Real Madrid's interested in him, bruv. They put good money down. He'll use that to get a better deal for himself because that's natural. That's how it goes. But for me, Mason Mount and Reece James's contracts I haven't got a problem with that at all. That's going to get done, no problem. Well, what do you want to say, Fatter? Because I'm going to rotate and all that. Go on, tell me, bruv. What do you want to say, man? Tell me.
I just hope, man. I just do I trust this sport or not, man? Because I just had a gut feeling we're not going to sign anyone. That's all.
We will. No, we're going to sign 6 players, 5 players.
Hopefully.
Yeah, of course we will. 100% we're going to do that. 100%. You think Tuchel's going to...
I'm pessimistic at the moment. I'm pessimistic at the moment, that's all. I'm pessimistic.
Yeah, but why are you pessimistic? For what reason? Because he's only just started. Look, we've been sanctioned, bruv.
Pre-season in 2 weeks, Pre-season in 2 weeks. Are they gonna bet in straight away?
Listen, pre-season is going to be to assess all the current players. It's more so the loan players. Once you assess them, then do you know what I mean? The gaffer will know what players he definitely wants to get, or whether those loan players are going to be part of a deal. If it's a case that they want Richarlison, they're holding off Richarlison because because Lampard wants Gallagher and Gilmore, or one of them or both of them. So that deal's all dependent on Tuchel assessing those two when they come back.
I can see Gilmore staying.
I can.
Gilmore has to stay. We've got depth now.
Stay.
We need depth, and there's 5 subs in the Premier League next season. So That's got to come. 100%.
The thing is, Gallagher for me, we've heard from the journos, yeah, and the prop that Tuchel really likes him, but I think Gilmour's better. I think Gilmour's a better player. If Gilmour had played than Gallagher, if Gilmour played if he played at Crystal Palace or he played a sort of a better team than Norwich, by far Gilmour would outshine him.
I'm not too sure because we can only go off the Norwich loan spell. So I'm not going to say it's not realistic that he is better, but you got to play it by what we see. Like, everyone says Gilmour's the Jorginho replacement. Everyone says Gallagher's the Kante replacement. We'll find out. We will find out in time because, to me, that's the perfect depth we need for both positions. Gilmour can come in and rotate with Jorginho. And to be honest, Jorginho will have rest next season with the World Cup because he ain't going to be there. And Kante and Gallagher can rotate, and Kante needs all the rotation he can get personally. So we'll see a lot of Conor Gallagher in the side next season.
I think next season is the way. I think next season is Jorginho's last chance.
Both of their last chances, in all honesty. To me, it's just I think Kante's decline has been a lot more blatant. It's just people haven't really noticed it. I think if Jorginho plays next season like he did towards the end of this season, then we need to have a serious conversation about him being in decline. But as of right now, I just think it's burnout.
I think it was Tony's talking about the club policy that he was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that club policy on 30s is a load of arse. That's not the same now. It's a completely different regime.
Yeah, they'll be different. I think it's down to whether Tuchel wants to keep Jorginho. I personally, I think if the gaffer's got a choice between Kante and Jorginho, the gaffer's keeping Kante, bruv.
I don't think so.
We
have box-to-box midfielders. We don't have a sitter.
No, but we'll get Rice, bruv.
We're not getting Rice, man.
You're on my channel, Lewis, so I can say Rice.
Yeah, I can't mute you now or nothing, but same way, we're not getting Rice.
Listen,
we're not
get
getting
me the rolled
him,
Rice.
bro.
That is the minerals, bruv. That is what I want. I want that in my
Rice,
that in my team.
West Ham are not giving you what you want.
West Ham will give me what I want because
they are not.
Do a deal with them. We're
not going to. They just closed the door on our faces.
Trust me, mate. I'm telling you, we will get the deal done. But Jorginho, listen, you
trust
say,
me, bro.
Fatter, you said give a year, another chance to Jorginho. Well, Jorginho's got only 1 year left on his contract, so it's a case of: do I want to get money for Jorginho?
That I agree with. Like, fair enough. Like, in spite of everything I'm saying about Jorginho, if he doesn't re-sign, we're going to sell him, and that's just it.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you on that. But like, if you're taking contract situations out the window, keep Jorginho over Kante, 100%.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, just keep rolling.
Me personally, I'd sell Jorginho, bruv. I'd sell him.
Who do you get for left wing back though? By the way, left wing back. We need some depth as well.
But this is what I'm saying to you. If you buy Rice, yeah, you can play your back four. You don't have to worry about wing back all the time. That's how important he is. Because if we get an injury, if we play just this system, because we don't have a sitting DM, bruv, then all you're going to have is the same situation as last season. You're not going to have... Where are you going to go and buy two replacement wing backs that are anywhere near Chilwell and James that are happy to sit on the bench? It's not going to happen. So your only saving grace is when you do have an injury to a Chilwell or James, you can go back four and you can still play the way Tuchel wants to play. But you can't do that with Jorginho and Kante. You just can't do it. And Kovacic, it's not going to happen. And that's my problem.
I'm not going to go back four next season. I don't think we're going to go back four. I think we'll stay with back three. Legit.
Well, Tuchel said today, but listen, if you want to listen to their bangers and mash, then fair enough. I'm not interested in it, bro. I'm not interested in it. All right, I'm going to take you out, Fatter. I'm going to bring someone else in.
Pick up my guy.
Big up, fat my geezer, bruv. My geezer. All right, let's bring in Andy, bruv. How you doing, Andy?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah,
How you doing,
right.
mate?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Very well, mate. Very well. Are you Chelsea fan?
Yeah.
Loved it. Love that. What do you want to say, Geese?
Yeah, concerning Lukaku, I'm just want to just mention Lukaku.
Yeah, go on. Mention him.
What
Go on.
happened? I think it's after the Villa game. I actually went and bought a top with his name on the back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, a bit muddied.
Oh, you got.
Because-
Don't worry, man. Before the Damasio Lukaku quotes, I was at the mega store this close to getting Lukaku on my kit too. We both make mistakes.
Yeah, so I've got like friends, family, my like United fans. So I try to if I get to the top, I can like rub it in a little bit, but yeah, so I hope I might just get rid of it. I'm not wearing that top ever again.
No, but I think I've seen some Chelsea fans have sort of ironed it off or got it removed. So you could,
Yeah, that's when. Yeah,
you
that's what I need
could
to
do
do.
that instead of. I mean, I said I'd just burn it if it was me, but
Yeah,
then I
yeah,
thought it's
definitely.
disrespectful to the badge, burning
Yeah,
the badge.
no, yeah.
Yeah. So, although I cannot stand the fella, and I'm glad he's gone because he's a rat. But what's your take on it all?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say, but I'm just glad he's gone. I just hope he never comes back ever again. I don't want to see him on that pitch ever again.
Well, he's definitely not going to be. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
thank God for that.
I want to know this. Did you back him after the documentary?
No, I was done with him.
Yeah, top
I was
man.
done.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
same, man. I didn't back him either.
Yeah,
Lewis,
because
you
just
waffle.
Yeah, I'll sing you, Lewis. I'll sing you. I'll watch your
What are you
streams.
talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Yeah, look at him drinking, bruv.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
knows.
Yeah, I think concerning like creativity that we had last season, I think the big problem was we missed Reece James and Ben Chilwell for a chunk of the season. And when
Yeah.
you're playing Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, you miss, them a big drop off. So lots of Kai and Mount. It was hard for them because, like I said, the quality on the wing backs was just a big drop off, and so like I said, we need to keep them two fit.
Fucking hell, City just signed Calvin Phillips.
Have they?
Have they?
Fucking hell, that's another good DM option gone.
Jesus.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah, but he's a northern boy, isn't he? He's gonna want to stay near Leeds because his whole family's Leeds. But I don't know how the Leeds fans are going to take that, being that he's going to a Manchester club. Do you know what I mean?
They just rather it weren't United.
Well, this is the thing. Manchester City, they get away with it, man. They get away with it. No one gives a shit about them.
I can't even hate it because it's what we used to do. It's a shame.
It's not even. You know what? Yeah, we are dominant. We were dominant, like they're dominant right now. But it all comes to listen. There's cycles in football, and not all the like. Pep's not going to be a Fergie, bruv. He's not going to stay there for whatever 15, 20 years. He's not going to do that. That sort of generation of building a dynasty has died out. That's gone. It's all about quick flipping. Results driven, because that's what Roman instilled and sort of brought to football. It's only the lesser clubs that stick with a manager to try and keep stability, to stay in the league, to generate revenue, blah blah. But when you're at the top, it's different. It's a different pressure. It's a different ambition. So we'll see. But who do you want to sign, Andy? Go on, give us your thoughts on who you want to sign this season. Who's your top three sort of signings?
Top three, centre back, which would be, if I had to choose, probably say Ligt.
Okay.
As an attacker, either Dembele. Yeah, probably Dembele because we need creativity from that point. and I don't think Lucy's going to like this, but I probably would say if I could choose a midfielder, I would take Declan Rice.
Well, you're on my channel, so you can prop Declan Rice all you want because I
Yeah,
want.
Can't kick you out, but fair enough. I'll respect your opinion.
Yeah, I think the problem with Declan Rice is people look at Rice and think how he was a few years ago, but he's improved so much. Obviously, he's still got bits to learn, but yeah, I think you look at the options. Obviously, we've missed out on Tchouaméni and other players, but I think Declan Rice would be a good signing.
And how much would you pay for him? Because everyone's balking at the price tag. For me, I'll pay whatever it takes. For me, but
yeah, I think I wouldn't pay under like 100 million, like it's been quoted, 150. Probably around, like I said, I probably would give him. I think 70 million is probably the standard. Because Tchouaméni went. How much did Tchouaméni go for? Do you know?
he went for I think it was something like the 70 million mark in sterling. I think it was 80 million euros or something.
Yeah,
like
I think Rice is probably roughly around that ballpark.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, fair enough.
One last,
go on, go for it, Andy, mate. Go on.
Yeah, one last thing before we go. I just want to ask you both of you, if we get the players and we fill the areas we need to, what's your expectations for next season?
Third, maybe second, but we're not winning the league. Regardless of what happens this season, we ain't winning the league. City are going to run away with it this year, and we just got to affirm that. We need 2 summer windows minimum to get this team sorted.
I would say this. I'd say this. Last season, the season we just finished, Tuchel was doing exceptionally well up to the Juventus game where we lost Chilwell and then we lost James. If we've got a backup formation and a backup way of playing, in a similar way of playing, but we can alternate to a back four as well as within the games if we do lose one of those players, because I think you will lose James throughout the season. He tends to get injured at least once or twice. Chilwell might be one of them players that gets injured. And then your hands are tied again and we'll have the similar problems. But having signings like a Declan Rice, Koundé or Ligt, and a Sterling, and you've freshened up the squad and you've got a bit more fresh blood and you haven't got all the Lukaku nonsense going on in the background, I think we'll be closer than what people think. I'm not saying we'll go toe-to-toe and go and win the league, but from what I saw at the start of the season, we were not playing very well. We were winning games and we were about 7 or 8 points clear. And I think if you can be within 3 to 6 points of Manchester City and Liverpool by December come January, I think I think we could be up there, maybe even fighting for second. But to win the title, I think we got too much of a rebuild. We've lost too many players at the back, especially being Rudiger, Christensen, another one, Alonso, Asby. You're bringing in players from other leagues that need to adapt. So unless you buy a defender that's played in the Premier League and you buy a Rice that's played in the Premier League, you buy a Sterling that's played Premier League, and then you mix that up with a bit of youth and, like I say, players from other leagues, then yeah, you could be up there. But I think Champions League's a good shout. I still think we're a cup team at the minute. But the way we won the Champions League is because we had the team spirit. You know, we had unity. Everyone was on the same page. Whether you were playing or you weren't playing, you were part of the squad. And that's the most important thing. So that's what I'd say. I wouldn't say win the league, but top 3 for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice one. I assume you subscribed and all that. If you have,
yeah, I have.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that.
Love that.
And put your comments in after the video, after the stream. If you can put in the comments like any thoughts or anything, whatever, because it helps, and I'll respond. But cheers, thanks for coming on, Geese.
Have a good day, both of you.
Big up, bro. Big up every time.
Right, let's bring in. How you doing, Hussein?
Good, mate. Hi, Johnny. Big fan here. I haven't been following you on Twitter because my Twitter got suspended because I called someone the R word. I just want to know your opinion on Sterling and the Jesus links.
Well, I think Sterling's more serious. I think Sterling's more of a stronger target that we're looking at compared to Jesus. I think Jesus is likely to go to Arsenal, from what I'm hearing, and it's more of a money driven and the project, which is a load of nonsense because they're a long way away from Chelsea. It's a big step down, but with Sterling, I'm not excited about it. I don't think he elevates us and makes me feel like, yeah, we're ready to go and kick on. What he does do, though, what he does bring is experience. He's played in the best team in the country for the last 5-6 years. He's played Champions League football. He's a goal-scoring player. Like, he does score goals, but he gets a lot of chances at Manchester City. I don't know if we're going to create as many chances. So he's going to have to work very hard to be successful at Chelsea. Has he got the hunger? Is my thing. You have you really got that drive to go and basically join a team that is rebuilding? Because that's what we are. But I think he's a good addition. He's a good addition. Jesus, for me, I think he's I think he's good in the sense that he's younger. He's got a point to prove because he's been a bit in and out of favour with Pep, if I'm being honest. And they both can play the system that Tuchel wants to play. So, and for me, 40 million for Jesus, I'm down for that. But to pay 60 million for Sterling, fuck no. I wouldn't do it.
You know what this reminds me of? When we were competing for league titles and we used to sell our bench players and deadwood to Liverpool and Arsenal. And a lot of times, most of the time, they failed. So, to me, we want to compete with cities and Liverpool. We should be, if we want to sign someone for those teams, their names should be Kevin De Bruyne, Van Dijk, Ederson. We don't want their bench players because we will not get to their level at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is the thing. This is what's winding me up, right? With us buying a Manchester City, player or those two players, is we are helping that club to strengthen. And that's what winds me up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sick of us doing that as a club.
Yep.
We did it to Manchester United with Matic.
Yeah, we did it with Arsenal as well, with David Luiz and Petr Cech.
Yeah. I mean, with David Luiz, I guess so. Petr Cech, Courtois, the snake that he is, forced our hand where we had to choose between Courtois and Cech at that moment in time. But for me, Sterling's going to make his... Listen, they might go and buy that Felix player, right?
Yeah.
What? Well, they can only do that because they've shed out a lot of money on Haaland and they shed out a lot of money on Phillips now, probably 50-60 million. What's the price on it, Lewis, for Phillips, as it said?
45 mil. 45
million plus the Haaland. A Felix will cost you in the region of 100 million. You can only do that if you sell Jesus and Sterling, is my point.
Yeah. So, to me, we don't want to be that club. This is the role Arsenal and Liverpool used to play, helping bigger teams and buying their deadwood and bench players. So I think we should just stay away from any Man City players unless they are De Bruyne and those guys.
Well, a top level. But the thing is, Sterling's not going to be a squad player, is he? He's going to be a first team player.
Yeah, but bro, he's not good enough, man.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's not good enough.
No, I don't. I listen. If he comes, I'm going to back him, and if the gaffer really wants him, I'll back him. But for me, like I say, he's not a player that a player that elevates us and takes us to the next level is a Dembele player. You know, someone who's got quality about them, something different, special, young, hungry. Sterling's coming for his paycheck. For me, he's coming for his paycheck.
Yeah.
He's not getting guaranteed minutes at Manchester City, and that's the bottom line. And we're taking sloppy seconds. And that's all I've got to say on that. But at the end of the day, if Thomas Tuchel wants him, then I have to back it. You know. Is there anything else you want to say, Geese? I might do this a regular thing on Friday, so you're more than welcome to come on again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, big up. I just wanted to know your opinion on this because I was following you on Twitter, but I got suspended. So I didn't know what you were saying about Sterling and Jesus. I agree with everything you say, basically.
Big up. So Mount's got the minerals then, yeah?
A lot of them. He's full of the minerals.
Yeah, love that. Big up, Geezer. Well, create another Twitter and then you can follow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. When I get
but yeah, I appreciate the support and nice one.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too, man. Have a good one.
Big up, bro.
Big up.
Let's get Bobby in here. All right, Bobby.
Hey, Johnny.
How we
Johnny,
doing,
you know I'm a big fan of yours, mate. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah,
Lewis,
no worries, mate.
Lewis, I haven't had a chance to join you on a chat, Lewis. I have to try and do that one day.
Big up, my guy,
guys,
bro.
I love you guys, man.
Hope you're all good.
Yeah, I'm good. Listen, right, I'm at work, so I can't stay long. I just had to join this because this Raheem Sterling thing is really upsetting me. It really is. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, what's the point in going through all that malarkey to get rid of Lukaku? Anyway, let me not say too much on your channel about him, but to get rid of that geezer, I think Johnny calls him cement boots, which is quite right. And then we're gonna go and get another player who's an equal problem. Look, the guy that spoke before is quite right. You know, why are we investing in Man City bench players? And as Johnny said, only to give them the opportunity to strengthen further. I want us to leave Raheem Sterling there with his 300k a week wages. FFP, the chickens are coming home to roost with that. It's only because of the World Cup at the moment that they're letting them get away with it, them and PSG. They're circling, trust me. After the World Cup, a year or so will pass and PSG and Man City will be strung up for this. They're getting away at the moment. That PSG geezer, second time he's been implicated in some corruption. That's not going to keep going on for too long. We saw what happened to Platini. We saw what happened to the Sepp Blatter in the end. They're very much coming up the queue. You watch. But that aside, we shouldn't get this player. He's not good enough. We don't want to strengthen City any further. They've got some serious signings. Let them have a massive wage bill that they can't afford. The more, the better. But, if we get our 6 players, Ligt, Rice, Rafinha, who else? Koundé. Who else have I got on? Who else we linked with? Ligt, Rice, Rafinha, Koundé. There's one more.
Dembele.
I'm looking at him as a bonus because I'm not sure about that one, the way people are talking. But, these geezers, if we get them in, unfortunately, I don't know. I hear what Lewis is saying about Jorginho, but I think he's... Sorry?
Just to say on the Sterling stuff, in Man City's last 4 title-winning seasons, Sterling was their second highest goal scorer in all 4 of those titles.
I know, Lewis, but you got to look at how they play, and he's playing in a complete team. We're not a complete team.
No.
He's not going to get those
I know,
figures.
but we're a team in transition, and he's going to be helpful to that transition. To me, the only issue is the wages.
Yeah, but
Get him
what's
on
his
a decent...
ambition? What's his
Win the
ambition,
league.
bro?
Win the league, win the Champions
he's
League.
He's not going to win the league
England.
until he's, 30 years old at Chelsea?
We need
He's like
someone...
26, 27 now. So we're aiming to contend in 2 seasons. Not
we need
4.
someone who can lead us a bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people,
No, we need more than
Richarlison is
Sterling,
the guy
but
I'm talking about.
we need more than
People,
Sterling. But I think we cannot turn our noses up at Sterling like we're above him. He comes
no,
in and he becomes our best forward instantly.
but we got to have the strategy. You know, we've got to have the strategy. That's why we need a sporting director. And in a way, you know, I was having a chat about this with a mate of mine yesterday about Chelsea's transfer dealings, how slow it's all happening, and you know, it looks like, you know, we're scraping off the bottom of the barrel. One thing that's happening now that I don't think people appreciate is that the Boehly group do not really want Chelsea associated with big money, because that gives us an inflated market. That
They're very smart.
people underestimate Clear Lake Capital. If you Google them, check them out. That is a company that is worth in excess of £90 billion.
Clear Lake
Now,
Capital.
now,
I swear, isn't that the company that Inter Milan owe all their money to?
well,
I
I
swear
don't
it
know.
is.
No. It's just Chinese company that they're in bed with. Some
Let me check.
Chinese
Inter
group.
Milan.
It's not Clear Lake. Clear Lake have never delved into European football. This is the first time.
No, it is. It is Clear Lake.
Is it?
It is Clear Lake. Yeah,
Well, there
it
you
is.
go. Isn't that ironic?
It is Clear
Isn't that
Lake.
ironic?
Wow.
That's
Listen,
mad.
why
to say,
this is
I didn't know
interesting.
that. I didn't
That's
know
an
that at
interesting
all.
point, right? Because that makes sense.
Wait. No, wait. It might not be. It might not be. Let me have a
That could make sense how Boehly got rid of Lukaku so fucking quickly.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised about that. I didn't know that. I thought it was a Chinese group.
No. I might be wrong. I'm still looking.
I'll double check it.
But
Lewis.
that aside, you know, I from what I do know about them, they're not afraid of big time investment for a long term goal profit. They're not afraid of that. They've got
and
big
you've got
pockets.
the Glazers clause in there, so they can't sell or take any profitability from the club.
Exactly, and that they wouldn't have signed that clause if they weren't happy with that. They know that the football model is based on success. You have to be successful before you can reap profits. So they're not going to be shrinking violets in the market. Trust me. You know, they're going to move when it's right, and they're going to try and keep within the boundaries of financial fair play, because I think Boehly knows that cash cow is gonna burst for some of these country-owned clubs. You know, it's gonna burst. You know, and he doesn't want Chelsea to be there when it happens. I think his first investment is the playing staff and the correct boardroom staff, and then they're gonna go all out for the stadium.
Yeah, no, I had it wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, they're Chinese lot, isn't it?
Yeah. What was the name of it?
Yeah, that would have surprised me.
International Sports Capital HK Limited, which is probably Hong Kong. Yeah. I was wrong. Fair enough.
Bobby, they're gonna listen. They're gonna keep. They're gonna invest big this summer. I don't doubt that. It's just that they've got to do it in the right way, and I think Sterling ain't the right way. It ain't the right way. I think they're going it's a bit of a mix of the existing model and what they're trying to implement. And I think a Sterling would be an existing model signing, clear as day.
Yeah,
you know, it's a opportunist signing, isn't it? It's it's like, oh, we can get a player that's playing for the best team. Listen, 40, 50 million or 55 million is not a deal. That's not a deal. We're giving Man City are getting a great deal. We're getting a shit deal.
Yeah,
you know,
Johnny, people are laughing at me, but I want Richarlison, you know. I think he will do well at Chelsea.
Yeah, but have you heard today that they're saying that one of our players might be thrown in? And I don't know whether it's a loan deal or whether it's us actually selling them a player. And the only two players that Super Frank is interested in is Gallagher and
Colville.
Yeah, and Colwell as well. So free. I'm not selling. Listen, I will not sell Billy Gilmore. I will not sell him.
Well, he's extended his contract. Well, we've triggered the extension. I don't know whether that's to give him a marketable price or whether to give him another loan. I don't know. I think his first loan was very ill-advised You know, I usually don't have the time of day for Graham Souness, but when he came out and said that, look, this guy, the pathway for him is to stay at Chelsea and develop in the team, I think he was 100% right.
And Lewis, I said that, didn't I? Do you remember? And you lot all
Said what?
fucking come at me, bruv, about Graham Souness. Oh, we don't give a shit about Graham Souness. He's a shit pundit. Well, he was talking facts, and
He
I
was
agreed
in
with
this
him.
case, yeah.
You know,
What was he saying?
Billy Gilmore should never have gone on loan. He will improve.
No, he should have gone
with-
on loan. It was just Norwich was the wrong club. In
No,
hindsight,
no.
Norwich was the wrong
Not
team
even
for
on
him.
loan, bruv. He should have stayed.
Nah, you
Because you know what?
100% needed that loan spell.
No, but Lewis, we would have used him this season.
We would have.
He
We
would
would
have
have.
played
He would have
24
played
games.
enough.
He would have
If-
had game time, but he wouldn't have had the same amount of
Yeah,
game
and
time
look
that he
at-
would have had
yeah,
at
but my
another
point
club. The
is,
only
people
agreements I give is it
balling,
shouldn't have
mate.
been Norwich. Norwich
No,
was the
but
wrong move for him.
No,
If
but he would be
Ruben Loftus-Cheek
playing every
could have-
game at a
could
high
have played
level.
40 games last season, Billy would have played more than enough, at least 30.
Even
Gilmore and
Towers
Jorginho
played
pivot
about
wouldn't have been as
35
bad.
games.
Or it could have given us an opportunity to rest Jorginho a little bit more too. I do agree on that. But I have nothing against him going out on loan that season. I think the only issue was the club it went to. I think the move to send him out on loan was still the best thing for his development. It's just it's not going to happen now because it didn't really work and we've wasted a year because he went to the wrong club. That's wrong in hindsight. But I don't think we should be questioned the loan deal. He did need to go out on loan at that point. He needed more game time. It's just he hasn't got it.
Was the worst loan deal, and like Souness was saying, and I 100% agree. If he did, listen, if he was going to go on loan, go to a decent club. Yeah, let's have it right. But he didn't.
Yeah,
he went
that
to
I agree. I agree.
A newly promoted club, which is ridiculous, right? And they don't even because of Daniel Farke. Daniel Farke got sacked like a quarter away through the season because he was so poor, and he wasn't even playing Billy Gilmore enough and correctly. And then they brought in what's his name, Dean, didn't they? And he's rubbish as well. So you ain't going to get any minerals out of Billy if you're playing with under those two managers, and in a team that's losing week in week out. And Billy Gilmore, if you know the kid, he hates to lose games, all right, and he's losing week in week out. For me, if he stayed at Chelsea, he'd be training every day with top quality.
He will.
Elite
He will.
players. And he would have elevated him an elite manager, Tommy T, and he would have been brought in the games that he's played, and he will ball out. He might not be as consistent because he's still young, but I'll tell you what, the experience of him doing that compared to what he did at Norwich, tenfold, million times better. So for me, Gilmore, I wouldn't let anyone let him go, mate. No one. I hope the gaffer makes that decision and doesn't let him go.
The two marquee deals we've got to do, as far as I'm concerned, Ligt and Declan Rice. If I see those two coming through the door, I'm going to have some hope, some serious hope. Because football's about, organising your talented players. With that, and, the others like Koundé and wow, if we can get Dembele as well, wow, we'll be talking business. Rafinha, forget it. We'll be back. With Tuchel, he will sort them out. Put Richarlison up front, he will sort them out. Unfortunately, one or two are going to go, and it might be your likes of Ziyech, certainly Werner, if anyone will have him. You see, it is a buyer's market right now. It's not easy to sell players. That's why I don't want us to get Sterling. Let him stay there and run up their wage bill. You've got to think ahead. You don't do these sort of relieving.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, yeah. That Danny, what's his name? Danny the Fink, yeah, his Twitter, who's part of the Boehly regime, yeah. At him, mate, and put this out. They are listening to the fans, and there's a lot of fans that do not want Sterling, and I think we need to stress it in that respect. But yeah, I'm gonna switch it around, Bobby, because I've got quite a few people in here.
Thanks for having me, lads. Thanks. I'll
take care, bro. Big up.
I'll surprise you one day in at the bridge. I'll just come tap you on the shoulder, say, "My brother, it's me. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you guys lots. See you later."
Yeah, appreciate that. Big up, Bobby, mate. I really appreciate that. Up the Chelsea. Right. Deals. All right. I'm gonna get in. Sorry, people that are waiting behind. I will get through to you, so don't try and stay in there. Do you know what I mean? How you doing, Geezer?
Yes, can you not hear me?
Yeah, we
Is
can
that
just.
Cos? Yes, is that Cos?
You not hear me?
I thought it was Cos. It sounded
Can
like
you hear
it. We
me?
can kind of hear you.
Yeah,
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Phil. Yeah,
No, I think it's my mic, innit?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But no. Hear what I'm saying, yeah? I think we're not gonna get a striker.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, go on.
What's your thoughts on Richarlison? Because I don't want him.
I think you can play left or right though, can't he?
I think so, but a lot of people are saying that he's gonna be like a Costa.
I can't see him as a Costa, but I think with Richarlison, he's got a potential, isn't he? He's got potential. He's still young. What is he? 25, 26, Lewis? Or he's 25. I'm sure he's 25.
I think he's 26 or something.
Who? Who are you talking about?
Richarlison.
Yeah, I think he's 25.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's got Premier League experience. He can play across the front.
Do you not think we'll get a striker?
Not. I don't think you'll get like a traditional number 9. I don't think you get Lewandowski. If you're going to get a striker, I'd only really want a Lewandowski, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's no one else out there.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. What's your take on Todd Boehly so far?
Well, I'm very fucking happy, aren't I?
What about you, Lewis?
Yeah.
What about you, Lewis?
About what? Sorry, I had to deal with some shit.
About Todd Boehly.
Yeah, but I'm excited with Todd Boehly. Like, I don't think anyone's too worried. I think there's an intrigue about how we're going to go about transfers over this season and next, but I don't think anyone's thinking of this from a negative perspective, like when it was the Ricketts and everything.
Yeah,
when it was the Ricketts, everyone was just mudded.
No, but what the thing is, everyone's thinking, oh, we're gonna buy 6, 7, 8 players. It's not gonna be like that.
It's going to be like that over 2 seasons.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like that because it's a new era. Basically, we got to give time. We got to give time and be patient.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't expect us to win the league this season or nothing because it ain't happening. No chance.
Yeah, no, for real.
If we get second, I'll be happy with the season by a mile.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I think the big thing, Dills, mate, is that they've acted quickly getting rid of Lukaku, which was the most important thing because he was the one that caused him the most.
Another question is I want to ask you lot, is everyone's saying that how Tottenham and Arsenal's gonna finish ahead of us? They need that chat needs to stop real quick. That chat needs to stop real quick because they ain't finishing ahead of us. I don't think so.
Oh, of course they're not. No chance.
No,
I'll tell you why. Because of that, mate. There's no chance. Tommy T's going to do
this thing, There's levels to this thing, and we've been levels for how many years? Well,
the last, I'd say 20 years, mate. They haven't
exactly.
touched us.
And they want to talk about getting in front of us. You must be having a laugh. But with the Declan Rice situation, how do you think that's going to go?
I think it's going to go to the wire.
What about you, Lewis?
Declan Rice, it ain't happening this summer.
You don't think so?
No chance. It's not happening. West Ham don't want to sell. They just told us outright he's not for sale. It's not happening. Like,
we gave them
can't
Zuma.
lie. We need to move on. Move on, man. Get a DM in.
We gave them Zuma though.
And?
Yeah, and the fact is we gave them Zuma and they want Broja. So we should say to them, look, come down to a price that's reasonable and we can do business.
Well, I'd tell them to fuck off about Broja as well. Like, I'm only selling him to a club that's guaranteed to start. I'm only letting him go to a club that's guaranteed to start. Oh, no, it's a permanent deal. Still fuck no.
But Lewis, Broja, we can't do anything with Broja until the gaffer's looked at him because the gaffer might say, do you know what?
Right, so
I don't
need
the look
at him. Let the gaffer look at him before we say anything.
But that's what I'm saying. The Rice deal, everyone knows that Chelsea want Declan Rice. It's clear as day, right? Declan Rice wants Chelsea. So there's no issues there. The issue is the price tag and West Ham coming down on that price tag. That can only happen if in my opinion, we can only sign him if Broja will be part of that deal. I don't think Chelsea are going to go out and sort of sacrifice other positions like our defence and buying players like Koundé and Ligt for, for Declan Rice, so to speak, shedding out 130 million. They're not going to do that. But you will have in a deal maybe 90 million plus add-ons, or there's a loan option there with Broja instead, so we're sort of helping them out. There's a lot of deals to be done, but I wouldn't write off that we're not signing Declan Rice. No chance. Declan Rice is going to be in this summer window.
I'll put £100 bet right now that you don't join the summer.
I want Declan Rice though. I want Declan Rice. You know why though? Do you know why I want him? Because he's levels. He's been showing levels for 2 years now in the Premier League. We need Declan Rice. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's levels, there's levels to this thing. Yeah. There's levels to this thing. And Declan Rice is the answer.
Do you know what, Dills? I listen, Lewis don't agree, but I do.
Because he don't fit a possession-based system and he's £150 million, and we can find someone who does his job for about a third of the price, maybe a fourth of the price.
Who, Lewis?
Who are you talking about?
Sangari, for example. It's annoying that 3 or 4 of our other options have literally been sold because we've been waffling on about this
Sangari.
for a month or two.
No,
Sangari is the only option that I still have that hasn't already been gone. Calvin Phillips has been sold. Kamara's been sold. Chouameni's been sold. Fucking who else is on my head? Bissouma, he's been sold as well, but he did have the case as well, so that's a bit understandable. But I'm sure if I do 10, 15 minutes of research, I will come with other DM options that we could potentially get.
How much money?
It's not just Declan Rice, and there are no other DMs available.
How much money do you reckon we're gonna spend? You lot.
200 mil minimum. That's what they said was there for Tuchel.
I think roughly we might even take over the max of 200 mil, you know. Possibly. Without going.
I think they'll spend, if they can spend correctly. Listen, it's all about timing. You got to time these signings perfectly. You know, in accordance to what suits you and what suits the selling club to an extent. But you know, you got to assess things like Ligt. We might be able to throw in Emerson in there, and you can get a deal done there. Koundé's there for me. It's just whether we want to take it, and I think we will take it. And then you got that French player. Is he French player? The right
Clause.
Clause. Yeah, who's a cheap deal. We can get him in. That's without, we can just get him in. Yeah,
you think
not a problem.
Aspie goes?
Yeah, I think he'll go. Yeah.
What about Lewis? What are you saying?
What was that?
Aspie.
Aspie, respectfully should be leaving.
Yeah,
respectfully.
Yeah,
he ain't up that level, not right wing back or centre back, and even his depth, if we're being truly honest. But is what it is.
I would love to see him come back as a coaching role, though.
What? As a coaching role, definitely needs to get his badges and everything. But is what it is.
No, for real.
Big up, Fields. I'm gonna switch it around. Thank you so much for coming on.
Take care, my guy.
Thank you for letting me come on. Thank you for letting me come
Pleasure,
on.
mate.
Take care, my guy. Big up yourself.
I'll be doing it more, mate.
I'm gonna jump on a few different streams soon as well, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Give me a shout. DM me on Insta or Twitter. We'll throw you the link.
Yeah, bro. Bless up, man. Them.
Bless, man. Bless. And also to Silky, like, I named Calvin Phillips because how much did he cost? 45 million.
Yeah,
that's
right.
45 or 145 for the same thing.
He's a very injury-prone player, though, Phillips. I'll tell you that.
He's also £100 million cheaper.
Yeah, all right, but he's not. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, if we wanted him, we would have gone and bought him, mate. And if he wanted to come to us, he would have come, and he didn't. So we move on. All right.
Fair enough.
Let's go to. You've been waiting in here ages, man. How you doing, David?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Oh, before you say, big up everyone, 100 likes. I'm shocked by that.
Let's go.
That's quality. Keep going, man. Keep going. Yes, David. What do you want to say, my man?
Yeah, first and foremost, like, love the streams, Lewis. Always been watching. Been a huge fan forever.
Big up, my guy, every time.
Yeah. You too, Johnny, on Twitter. Love your content as well. You make me just so hilarious, for real. So appreciate this.
I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be funny. That's the thing. I'm just being me. But yeah, go for it, mate.
Yeah. So first and foremost, like I want to talk about Kai Havertz. Are you guys comfortable with him being our first choice for another season after this season? Because I know Lewis, his head is starting to be turned a bit on Kai Havertz.
Well, Lewis has gone
Johnny, do
wishy-washy
you want to
on
start?
Kai Havertz, bro.
Johnny,
Well-
do you want to start? Because I want to keep a positive stream. I want to be positive today.
Well, this is the thing. Like, you know, everyone knows what I think about Kai. You know, Kai's a baller, and Kai is by far one of the best talents we've got in our football team. You know, him and Mason Mount up front are the ones for me that you build around. And Kai Havertz, I'm telling everyone, and you can clip me all you want, and I've been saying it for a long time, he's balling out next season. He is balling out. And a player like Kai Havertz is a player like you're going to try, like City trying to sign Joao Felix, or you want that kind of young, quality, high potential player. Kai Havertz is that player. And you're telling me that people are losing patience and that they're willing to sell that player is nonsense. I would never sell Kai Havertz. He loves Chelsea as well. He wants to be at Chelsea, and he's had interest from Real Madrid, you know, and he doesn't want to go Real Madrid. He wants to be at Chelsea. I'm not selling players like that. I'm done with players that just want to come to Chelsea. Like potentially Sterling could be one of those players. He just wants to come. He's going to get his fat paycheck. He's going to be guaranteed minutes and be that stepping stone. You know, Kai Havertz is not about that. Kai Havertz has an ambition to be a legend at Chelsea, already building on that from what he's already done. But all Kai needs is consistency, and that will come. But Lukaku fucked it all up when he came through that door, because you have to choose one or the other. There's no play Lukaku and Kai Havertz. It don't work like that. And it didn't
Really?
work
I
like
thought
that.
he was a 10 and could create.
Well, at Leverkusen, he was sort of like, he is a roamer like that. He is a bit of a 10, false 9.
So then he should have been able to work with Lukaku, no?
No. No one can work with Lukaku.
It doesn't correlate.
What did
I
you
don't
say
understand.
it worked at the start of the
Lukaku's
season?
shit.
Nope. Because Havertz was ghosting start of the season, even when Lukaku was injured.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying, like, I don't really have that much faith in him, because he's now an experienced Premier League player who had a lot of game time, and he got outscored by someone whose head's been gone since January. How does that make sense? Now, I said I'll give him next season, fair enough, and he might not be a 9, he might be a 10. So play him in a 10 next season then, because I don't want to see him as a 9, because it didn't work. He hasn't got any striker instinct. His finishing isn't good enough. He can't hold up play. I'm still yet to see the creativity. His heading's good, but it's not like world class or anything. It's just his best attribute, personally.
Do you know
I don't really see where he's at his best. It's just it. Once I see a consistent level of it too, that's when I'll believe the hype. But fact is, we said he was generational when he came in. The amount of hype that we saw for this player when he came in, he should be hitting the ground running, and he's not. Not in any position. And we played him in
Lewis, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Listen, he is a generational player. He's a talent.
He is not a generational player.
Yes, he is.
He is
and I'll
not
tell you why.
generational.
Every
Mbappe
club
and Haaland
in
are
Europe wants
generational
Kai Havertz.
players.
Every club, bruv. Every club.
Then why have we had no bids for him?
Well, you don't know that there's bids.
Is this what we're doing? Because no one said it, we don't know. Is this what we're doing?
No, we've got no intention of selling Kai Havertz.
No one has come in for Havertz. And for good reason.
Real Madrid want him, bruv.
Where's the quote? All we heard was some bogus rumor about a 150 million bid that still hasn't been materialized.
Bruv, you're not going to hear about these bids, right, until it's an official thing. That's how it goes, right? You get a rough figure. The bottom line is Kai Havertz doesn't want to leave. We're not selling Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz, like I said...
But you said every club wants him, but no one's put a bid in.
Bayern Munich were after him. They would. Do you know what?
Before they joined Chelsea.
Right now.
Before he joined Chelsea, there were clubs in. I'm talking now.
Now. No, you did now.
Who's registering interest in him now?
Bruv, I'm telling you now, Bayern Munich losing Lewandowski will want Kai Havertz.
I've heard they've been more interested in Werner than Havertz.
Werner
I haven't heard a link with Havertz to any other club.
Bruv, I'm telling you, right? Kai Havertz is the unfinished Lewandowski.
But is he an out striker though?
All right.
Cool.
And Lewandowski was generational and bagging top goal scorer for the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund, the team lesser than Bayern Munich at the same age.
Who are you talking about?
You said Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewandowski, yeah.
He was top goal scorer and balling out at a young age, which seemed more generational, was bagging 4 goals against Real Madrid in one match. At the same age. I'm not calling him the next Lewandowski. I'm saying once I see this consistency in the player, I will believe the hype. Until then,
bruv, how can you expect consistency when you had Lukaku in our side?
He played most of his game time without Lukaku.
Bruv, listen. You're
acting like they played next to each other the whole season. No, they didn't.
You can say that all you want, but there was too many deficiencies in the squad.
Quick question, John. Quick question.
Yeah, go on, David.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if Mbappe came into the team, dropped the same amount of goals Havertz did, will you still be calling him generational?
Say that again.
If Mbappe came into the team, dropped the same amount of goals Havertz did this season, would you still be calling him generational?
A generational talent, yeah, of course.
But dropping less than 10 goals, is that really generational for a striker?
No.
We throw the word generational around so much.
It's not about. It's not. Listen, there's a difference between saying a player's generational, which in my opinion is longevity, but when there's a generational talent, if you look at the top,
your first sentence,
players.
Your first sentence.
What?
Generational is longevity. Generational is consistency. It is consistent good numbers.
Yeah, but Lewis, you can be a generational talent, bruv.
No, if you play consistently.
No, but you're still a talent.
No, you're generational when you play at a generational level. You're not generational because you have the potential to be generational. Because then all of our Cobham graduates are generational talents because they have the potential to be at that level. No, you're generational when you play at that level. You are generational when you are at that level. Until you are at that level, you're not generational.
Listen,
generational is
League final,
generation.
He landed the minerals, mate. He landed that goal, all right? Mbappe, who you lot all call generational, where was he in the final? Where was he in the knockout stage?
And I've said Havertz was brilliant in the Champions League.
But you're calling Mbappe generational.
Mbappe is... Generational isn't turning up in one game. Generational is consistency over a long period of time.
What consistency has Mbappe done, bruv? What's he done?
Did you really ask that question?
Yeah, I've just asked you it. What's he done?
What consistency has Kylian Mbappe? What consistency has Kylian Mbappe shown over the last 5 years?
Go on, tell me.
Wait, I actually need... Look at the numbers! I'll just get the numbers myself, man. I'll just get the numbers myself.
Go on.
All right, cool.
What league? Tell me what league it is.
The same league we got Eden Hazard and Didier Drogba in.
Yeah. And what did they do, bruv?
They were generational players. This is my thing as well. We saw Eden Hazard, right? Who in his first Premier League season, right? Eden Hazard in his first Premier League season got 37 goals and assists in his first season at the age of 2021. That right there is generation. I don't know how we see a player with that numbers and then we go and we call Mount and Havertz generational. How do we do that?
Listen,
what Hazard did was generational.
You really want to go down that route because Mason Mount 100% is a generational player, bro.
He is not. James is generational. James is the only generational player we've got.
Listen, I'm not having that.
Bro, I know
call
you
Reece
won't
James
agree with me on it,
generational
and that's
not
fair
call Mason
enough.
Mount
That's
generational,
fair
bruv.
enough.
It doesn't work like that. It
I know-
doesn't work like that.
You won't agree with me on it, and fair enough. I agree with you on. Well, we can agree to disagree, and that's fine. The only player in my eyes in this team that even comes close to generational is Reece James.
Wait, why not Mount?
And Lakshan, I'm not rattled. Mbappe is a generational talent. That is what you play to that standard.
So he's a generational talent, but Kai Havertz isn't a generational talent. And
Yes,
Kai
he
Havertz
isn't
has got
a generational
more
talent.
Champions
He isn't
League
a
trophies than
generational
that guy
talent.
can dream of at the minute. And
Hey,
he's turned up.
so's Tino Andrin. Is Tino Andrin generational and fucking Mbappe isn't?
Those stupid
No, that's the same thing you said. You said Havertz has won Champions League, Mount has won Champions League, and Mbappe doesn't. Tino Andrin has won Champions League, and Mbappe doesn't. So Tino Andrin is generational, and what's his name? Mbappe isn't. That's the same energy.
No. You're bringing up Tino Andrin like he's played a shitload of games for Chelsea.
You said having a Champions League is what it makes to be generational.
No. Don't
same logic. Tino Andrin is generational. Hudson-Odoi is generational. Gilmore, Tammy Abraham, they're all generational.
Mate. You're taking it out of context.
It's what you said.
I'm comparing Havertz and Mbappe. Yeah, that's what I'm comparing. All right, and if I'm comparing those two players, Kai Havertz steps up.
Right, so in the league for Mbappe,
you're telling me
since he joined PSG, he's got 27 goals, 29,
24 years old, is he not? Is Mbappe 24, bruv? How old is Mbappe?
Mbappe's whatever age he is. Let me check. Is he 24? Is he 24?
He's 24. How old is Kai Havertz when he won the Champions
He's 23. League? He's the same age as Havertz.
He's not 23. The same age as Havertz.
They're both 23 years old. They're both 23 years old. Okay. So then there's a 12 to 18-month difference between the players.
He's still younger.
So what?
He still won them. And he still won them.
Okay, then again, Tino Andrin is generational.
No, he's not. You're talking nonsense, Lewis, bringing up Andrin.
I'm using your logic.
You're telling me, Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't even play the final, but he's got a Champions League and he's fucking generational.
You said Havertz has a Champions League and Mbappe doesn't. You said Mount has a Champions League and Mbappe doesn't.
Who won the Champions League for Chelsea? That's
the team. The team did.
All right, so if we didn't score that goal, we win the Champions League, yeah?
If Rudiger doesn't make that block, if Chilwell doesn't make a block, if Chris
what's the aim of the game of football?
If Reece James doesn't make a block on Sterling, if Kante and Jorginho don't run rings around the midfield, we don't win the Champions League.
What's the aim of the game in football? To put the ball in the net.
To win.
Put the ball in the net.
No, it's to win the game. Win the game.
How do you win the game, Lewis? You put the ball in the net.
Okay, so then was it Kai and it wasn't Mason Mount then? Because he's the one that put the ball in the net.
And Kai Havertz.
It's a team effort.
All that counts, yeah.
We didn't get dragged to the Champions League by any one single player.
And the person that creates that chance and the person that scores that chance is what matters. And Kai Havertz delivered. Mbappe didn't fucking do that.
Did not win based off one single player. We won based. We won based off the team.
And when it comes to the biggest game in the club football, he doesn't deliver.
We
won.
Telling
me that Kai Havertz ain't generational when
he's not generational.
Every club's been after him, bruv.
Again, we're going round in circles. But why has this guy had no transfer? Why has no one come in for Havertz then? If you're saying every club's after him. I can't lie, Johnny. You're waffling. Man.
Listen,
we won the Champions League. We won the Champions League based off Tuchel and the entire team. It was a team effort, Havertz included. I'm not taking him away from it. He 100% was a key part in winning the Champions League. But don't act like Kai Havertz or Mason Mount or any one player single-handedly won Chelsea the Champions League, because they didn't. It was a team effort.
Lewis, what was the score in the game?
1-0.
Yeah, who scored it?
Havertz.
Yeah, and who assisted?
Mount.
And what scores you goals?
Fucking goals. Okay, what stops you from scoring goals?
Yeah. Where was Mbappe?
No, wait. Because with the same logic, Johnny, with the same logic, how do you stop goals going in?
Yeah, you can need a defense, of course. Yeah.
Right. So the
Man
same
City-
energy
Man
for
City
Rudiger,
didn't
the
stop
same
today.
energy for
All right.
Christensen, same energy for James, Kante, Jorginho.
All right, so they're all
It was
generational now, yeah? They're all
If you're going to
generational, yeah?
use that logic, then yes, they are all generational.
No, I'm not
yes,
using
they
that
are.
logic. I'm not using that logic. You're twisting
You're
it to
saying
that
Havertz
logic.
is generational off the back of an open goal.
No,
Like,
I'm
it's
not.
a team
No, he
effort.
created that goal. He created that opening goal.
It was a team effort.
Bruv,
Giroud as
listen,
well.
Lewis,
Another
Lewis,
player
Lewis,
that I didn't
stop
mention.
nonsense,
Highest
bruv.
goal
Stop
scorer.
nonsense,
Our
bruv.
highest goal scorer in the Champions League run. Didn't even play. Are we going to say he wasn't culpable for us win the Champions League because he didn't play in the final? No.
Listen.
You can't
You're
use
bringing up-
finals to justify a
all
logic
right,
of a player being
You're
generational.
bringing up, yeah? You're bringing up it's a team game. So when Mbappe didn't bring the minerals because he's generational, he didn't bring the minerals. It's down to the team, not him, yeah?
Mbappe flopped on the big stage. He should have scored that chance.
All right. So if you're a
100%.
generational baller,
Right,
if you're a generational baller,
okay,
like
so
R9 was,
he didn't
Lionel Messi,
he didn't turn up in one
Cristiano
final. It's
Ronaldo,
not like he
they
hasn't
scored
scored.
goals in the big
It-
game.
Oh,
Fucking Mbappe didn't do that.
okay. So then let's talk about the World Cup then. Mbappe, he did nothing in the
So you want
World
to bring
Cup,
up
didn't he?
international now?
He did. It's the big stage.
Kai
It's
Havertz
the
is
big
not playing
stage.
international, bruv. Only now he's playing.
It's the big stage. I don't care.
Yeah, it's the big stage. But look at the team he's playing.
What? So are we going to take that away from Mbappe now? Is that what we're going to do?
Look at the team that Mbappe's playing in the World Cup, bruv.
And look at the team we had. Our team was brilliant last season.
Our team was better than Manchester City, yeah?
We beat them 3 times in a row.
Our team was better than Manchester City, yeah?
We beat them 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Did we win the league?
No, we didn't because of
We're
Lampard.
better than Manchester City, are we?
We were better than them that season. Yeah, we beat them 3 times in a row.
Better. Let's have it right. We were better in one game, and that was the Champions League game.
We were better in 3 games.
Yeah. But in the league, it's not 3 games. It's not 2 games in the league. It's a longevity
Right,
game
and we
in the
also
league.
had half a season of Frank Lampard, which is probably why we didn't win the league.
But we weren't good enough to win the league, bruv. So Manchester City.
If we had Tuchel for a full season, we probably come a lot closer. At a bare minimum.
No, but Lewis, you're missing the point, bruv. Manchester City are a complete team. Chelsea are not, right? They're not. Right? So we should have been losing to Manchester City on those 3 games. We didn't. We beat them 3 times. And the reason we fucking beat them was because Kai Havertz was supplied by Mason Mount and he scored.
That's why we beat them in all 3 games. Again,
but when it mattered, the Champions League final mattered more,
oh my God. How are you putting our entire Champions League final performance on the back of 2 players? I don't understand this. It was 11 players and 3 substitutes, 14 players. And they all contributed. All of them.
Do you know what, Lewis? Honestly, yeah, you're gonna say team game. So the team game. Oh, Mbappe's not that generational. Then in the Champions League final, is he? He's not that generational, is he?
But this is your problem. This is the exact problem that we keep going back to. You are basing being generational off one singular performance. And I am telling you, being generational... Wait, Johnny, wait. Johnny, wait. Johnny, wait, let me finish. Because being generational isn't about one game. It is about consistency over a long period of time. That's the point I'm trying to make. But you keep going back and saying being generational is turning up in one singular game. And it's not.
Hold on a minute. I never said that. What I'm saying to you
literally have been saying it the last 20 minutes.
No, I never said that.
Comment section. Is that what he's been saying? Yes or no?
When did I say that? I did not say
your thing to bring up Mount and Havertz has been the Champions League final.
I'm giving you an example. Comparing what you call a generational player in the biggest game in club football. He didn't bring the minerals.
See what you're doing, though? You're bringing it back to one game.
Yeah.
And I am telling you, it's about consistency over a long period of time.
Did he bring the minerals in those other 2 cup competitions, bruv? Did he bring the minerals or not? Yes, he did.
In the Champions League final, yes.
Club World Cup.
He scored a penalty. He ghosted the rest of the game.
Most difficult penalty for a 22-year-old kid.
It was a penalty. Penalties are difficult, but don't say it was the most
The
difficult.
pressure on that penalty. You having a laugh?
Asby took most of the pressure and gave Havertz the ball straight afterwards.
Listen,
Don't
let's
talk
not take
about
the piss
pressure,
out of
man.
Kai Havertz's winning penalty because that was a big penalty he took there.
Yes, but
Right,
don't act like Asby didn't take half the pressure off him. I said, talk to me about overall performances.
No, he
Havertz
didn't.
bossed. He absolutely bossed the Champions League final. Don't talk to me about the Club World Cup. We all played like shit in the Club World Cup. Both games, we were dog shit in the Club World Cup.
Are you having a laugh?
What, where you missed 3 big chances?
It doesn't matter. He bossed it. Every
He
striker,
played well and he missed 3 big chances.
Misses chances, bruv.
This is why I'm saying talk to me about consistency over a long period of time.
Lewis, when I first started this conversation, what did I say to you? There's 2 differences. There's generational being on longevity, which means your whole fucking career, and then there's generational talent. Now, if you want to talk about, hold on, Lewis, 1 second, bruv. If you want to talk about generational talent, Mbappe's generational talent, Kai Havertz's generational talent, Mason Mount is generational talent, Felix generational talent, Pedri you could put possibly there, Foden you could possibly put there, all right? But they're not generational, bruv.
No, generational is Mbappe and Haaland, and you close the door.
No, you're talking shit. That's now. You're talking
it's the truth.
What's Haaland fucking done?
Bro, you just don't like it.
Bruv,
Haaland bags goals for fun.
Yeah, but what's
Trent
he
as
done?
well. Maybe you can put
won?
him into that discussion.
What's he won?
What do you mean? What's he won? He's been at Dortmund.
What's he fucking achieved, bruv?
Oh, so trophies is what equals generational now? No, it's about your performances.
All right, Lampard.
Individual.
Yeah, Lampard.
If you're talking about trophies, then you're talking about generational teams.
Yeah, but he won fuck all. Is he not? Is he generational still?
Is what?
No, of course he's not.
Who?
If Lampard didn't win any titles, bruv, and perform figures, are you going to put him generational?
Yes, because he scored over 250.
What generational player hasn't won anything?
Because he scored over 250 goals from midfield. That is generational. We have never seen those numbers before and after. So yes, he still would be generational.
Generational players, right? Because you don't put Mbappe and Haaland as generational players because they ain't yet. All right, generational players are fucking Zidane's, R9 Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. They're generational players.
Yeah, they're generational, 100%.
Yeah, Lampard's generational. But don't bring me up telling me now on my show that fucking Mbappe and Haaland are already generational because they ain't.
They 100% are. Haaland, maybe. Haaland, you could say because of the trophies, but my point that I was trying to make, right, is if you want to bring team trophies into the equation, then you talk about generational teams, not generational players. When you talk about players, you talk about their individual achievements, what they do individually over a consistent basis, which is why they are generational. But if you're talking about team trophies, you talk about generational teams.
Why is Mason Mount not in there then? Tell me the stats. He's got more stats, bruv.
Over who?
Well, Mbappe hasn't scored in a quarterfinal, semi-final, and assisted or scored in the final Champions League, has he? Haaland hasn't. Foden hasn't. Felix hasn't. Pedri hasn't.
You don't play Champions League games.
That's not a generational.
You don't play Champions League games week into week out. There's always gaps in between them.
Yeah.
So it's not consistent.
All right, Lewis, let me say this then. Is Lampard a generational player?
Yes.
Right. Well, what do you say? Mason Mount has already beaten Lampard on everything so far.
For his first 3 seasons,
2 years
right?
younger. 2 years younger.
For his first 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, first 3 seasons.
Right. Well, Frank Lampard didn't come into top 2 in the Ballon d'Or until his 4th season. And his numbers continued to improve until that point. So give me till the 4th season. We'll see what his numbers are doing.
Now we'll
and
move to the 4th season, but we'll disregard this bit, yeah?
Yes, because I don't think Mount and Havertz have been generational yet. No chance.
Mount's done it. Mount's done it. He's
done
put
what?
it on the table for 3 years. He's put it on the table. Lampard.
He has not been generational for 3 years.
Listen. Mount put it on the table.
Are you going to say Mount's been generational for 3 years?
Mount is our best player.
Has he been generational for 3 years?
He's a generational talent, bruv.
Has he been generational for 3 years?
He's a generational talent.
Yes or no? Has he been generational?
It's not a yes or no because you're. Listen,
it is. It's very simple,
bruv. No. I'm not. Listen, I've distinguished to you, yeah, and you're not listening clearly. All right. There is one thing being generational, which is longevity, right? Your career, all right? That's generational.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lampard is generational. Lampard wasn't fucking generational at 22 years old, was he?
And neither was Mount or Havertz.
No, generational. The meaning of generational.
Yeah, you play at a generational level. Neither of them have been at that age.
For your career. All right. Those two players, Mbappe and Haaland, their careers have just started. Yeah. And you're calling them generational already.
Because look at the numbers they put up.
What don't you understand?
Because they put those numbers up from a young age. From a young age.
Lewis, bruv. You're not understanding. There's a difference.
You're not understanding, bro. We ain't gonna agree on this. We are not gonna agree on this.
Period of time, bruv. Yeah, you could be a generational talent at a young age, and people think this guy's gonna be generational. Yeah,
you say you could be generational for a small period of time.
No, I'm talking about when you look at players at a young age, they can be generational talents, yeah? You think they're generational talent, they can go on to be the next fucking big thing, yeah? But sometimes it doesn't work like that because it's longevity to call someone properly generational. I'm calling Mbappe, Haaland, Mount, Havertz, generational talent. What don't you get with that?
They're not generational. You're generational when you play at a generational level for a consistent period of time.
I'm going to move on because you're not understanding, Lewis, bruv.
Bro, we might as well agree to disagree because we just ain't gonna.
Yeah, you guys.
Sorry, David. Like we've just had.
No problem. Big up, David. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed the argument. It was good. Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm gonna take you out, geezer. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro.
All right, I've got 20 minutes. I've got to go on to Gunny's channel, which is Man Knows Football. So anyone who's not following him or subscribe to him, go and do that. And I'll be on there. I think we said 7 o'clock. I can't even remember now. But I'm going to continue this, Lewis, bruv. I'm not having it.
Yeah, don't worry. Hey, this is an Agenda FC episode in the cut. So don't worry, man. 100%. We'll bring this back.
Let me just double check because I can't even remember, man. Oh yeah, it was at 7:30, so I've got a little bit more time. I'll bring up a few people on here. Listen, like and subscribe, mate. You don't get content like this anywhere else. I ain't gonna have a. Oh yeah, big up. Yes, good.
Yeah, big up Boehly, my guy, every time.
Follow him. Subscribe to his channel. Obviously, follow and subscribe to Lewis as well. That goes without saying. Do you know what I mean? What was I going to say? Big up Wheezy. Big up Wheezy, my guy. We got a bit off track there.
Actually, yeah, Goonie, throw me the link. I'll try hop on for a little bit. I can't promise nothing, but I'll try hop on for a bit. But yeah, big up everyone. I hope you enjoyed that debate. Me and Johnny can go back and forth like this, but it's all love. You already know.
This is it is all love. But listen, this is a fact here. I am spitting because the big goals in Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup in a big stage because we're not a domestic title winning team yet. We're not a finished article. Mbappe plays at PSG for the best team in France and he's steamrolling, stat padding in that shit league, all right? And then you got Haaland in Bundesliga attacks. Let's see what Haaland does.
Okay, Johnny, what did we hype Havertz up for succeeding in? What did we hype Havertz up for succeeding in? Oh wait, well, what league was he in?
He was in Bundesliga, yeah, but he's a talent.
The same league you want to downplay Haaland dominating in.
Yeah, but he's dominated doing what?
Scoring goals.
Well, yeah, he scored goals, but what? They get knocked out Champions League. They don't go nowhere. If he's that fucking amazing,
and what? Bayer Leverkusen won so many trophies.
They should be carrying their PSG to countless Champions League.
Bayer Leverkusen did the quadruple while he was there. Fair enough.
But Bayer Leverkusen, what they did? What?
If you're saying like Haaland should have won trophies and something, then it's the same energy.
No.
This is why I'm just like, I know we're gonna go back into this again, but like we throw generation around.
My point is, you're disregarding Kai Havertz, your own player, who is a generational talent. All right, and he will mud you, Lewis. I promise you, he's going to mud you.
I
right?
told once I see a consistent run of form, I will believe the hype.
He
Until
will mud
then,
you.
I don't know
promise
what
that.
people are talking to me about.
I'm trying to explain to you, yeah, that there's a difference between generational and generational talent. Generational talent is like a potential. It's the potential, bruv. Yeah. But to call these kids, well,
No, then
Mbappe's
just say it's
24
the
now.
potential to be a generational player, but don't call them generational or say they're a generational talent when they're not.
Generational talent is a different thing, yeah, because to be generational is on a whole. It's your whole CV, it's your career, it's everything, you know. And Mbappe
It's
and Haaland ain't
consistency.
fucking that.
It's as simple
They're
as
not
that.
that
It's not
yet.
all of that. It's just
They're not
consistency.
that. Do you know what they are? They're top picks. That's what they are. They're top picks. They're in the top 10. In fact, that brings me to this point. Let me get it. I'm sure I saved it here. I have to get it, man. Here we go. This was yesterday. So, what's his name? Gabriel Marcotti. I like Gabriel Marcotti. I think he knows ball. And he knows ball, mate. Yeah. Very experienced, obviously played in that. Where's I just want to take this bloody thing off. There it is. He's put Haaland, Foden, Vinicius Junior, Davies, Tchouameni, Mount, Vlahovic, and Anthony, Botman, and Tonali in the best players born in the year 2000. Mason Mount's in there. I know Kai Havertz ain't in there, but Mason Mount is in there.
Drafting the best players born in the year 2000.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Fair enough.
All right,
that's a good pen.
Yeah. Where's Mbappe? Oh, is he too old or something, or what? No, he's not. Mbappe's not too old. Mbappe's 23, isn't he? Is Mbappe 23?
Yeah, Mbappe's 23.
Yeah, why is he not?
I think he was born in late 99. It might be. Yeah, 20. Oh no, late 98. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, late 98.
Well,
is anyone even backstage?
Yeah, there is actually. Fucking hell, I've got loads of people.
Oh, they've probably been waiting for ages.
Oh man, let me bring this guy in. Let me take this thing off. Irish Chelsea, yeah.
Even chat, can you hear me?
Big up the Irish Chelsea.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How you doing, Irish Chelsea?
Not too bad. Enjoyed the debate. Very good.
Yeah, no worries, mate. What do you want to say?
But I want to word this carefully so I don't start this off again.
Yeah.
So it is. But just on a bit the Havertz thing. I know he does score in big games as well, and he does go missing. And for the first half of the season, for both seasons now, I know the first season he had COVID and he was settling in and the whole lot, so we all gave him a pass on the first season. Second season, he didn't really show up in the first half. That month, January, February, kind of came into his own, and then kind of zoned out. What made him zone out? If you know what I mean. What put him back to the mindset of just not doing it? If you know what I mean.
Sorry, one sec. Had to fucking sort
right.
that. Say that last part again, please, bro. Sorry.
What player is this? What player is this? Sorry.
It was Havertz. About Havertz.
All right, Havertz. Yeah. Okay.
So like the full season, right? Moving to a new league, got COVID, kind of showed up the second half of the fourth season. Then the second season didn't do anything. Got that good bit of a run, January, February into March a little bit, but then after that he just fell away again. Like what do you think would have caused that? Would it have been a Lukaku thing or just pressure at his age? You know?
Yeah, I think Lukaku hindered his development and his playing time when Lukaku was in the side. He couldn't gain any sort of consistency. It's clear as day when we had Havertz, we played better as a footballing team. and more like how Tuchel wants to play. So I would say this. I think the first season was a write-off, even though he delivered the minerals in the Champions League final.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then obviously assisted in the Super Cup final. He has come in clutch in the Club World Cup final. But in terms of consistency playing in the Premier League, I think he's just about now adjusting. Just about now. I think it's taken that long for him to adjust.
Yeah.
Because
just really quickly. Sorry. Yeah, just really quickly now on the new signings as well. Hopefully we're getting. Will it take as long for them to settle, or do you think it'll be a lot shorter now? Once with no distractions with Lukaku, the sanctions are all over. The way I'm looking at this season, it's a brand new season. It's a brand new club. The way I'm looking at it, new owners, new everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're asking?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. It's my first time on.
Yeah, no, don't be nervous, bruv. You're talking to me, mate. Don't worry about it. Just say what you got to say, mate. No, don't be nervous.
Like, in my opinion, I'm under no illusion about a title challenge next year, even the Champions League run. I think next season it'll be like a building process, baby steps, if you know what I mean. We're going to bed these new players in, get them settled, and then maybe the following season is our season to really go for everything, you know, once we get everybody in who we want.
Definitely. And it's a major rebuilding process at the minute. You know, we've lost key players, and that's the problem. It's set us back dramatically, big time. So it's got to be the right players, right signings, right price. Everything's got to be right, and it's very hard to do in such a short space of time because the sanctions cut us short. We haven't been able to prepare during the season.
It really did kill the club.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. Especially for like our planning for the season coming now.
Yeah.
But if you look at Manchester City, they're snapping up these players because these deals were done before. Calvin Phillips was always being discussed. Haaland was always being discussed throughout the season. It's not just something that happens overnight. And Chelsea are way behind. You know, we're trying to speed track and bully our way into getting players and mixing it up with a bit of opportunistic signings as well. Any opportunities that they see, like a Sterling's quite a good opportunity. You know, De Ligt putting a transfer request now is a good opportunity. Declan Rice is not a good opportunity. It's a very difficult deal and a deal you need time on, and we haven't got that time. So where we could maybe get that deal done is by throwing in a player in there, a player that they want, and see how that goes. But Boehly's hands-on. He's got experience of running, you know, the Dodgers and all that. He's a billionaire. He's a businessman, and whether it's football or cricket or distribution, whatever it is, whatever your line of business is, if you're a good businessman and you know numbers and you know how to get deals done and you can negotiate, that's all that counts. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. And I think Boehly will bring that experience in this market when we really need it, because we haven't got a director of football and we need one, like, desperately. And we need scouts and we need a whole new reshuffling behind the scenes. Yeah. So it's going to take time, mate. It will take time. It'll take time.
Yeah. Right. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, pleasure. I'll do another. I might do one of these again. So you're more than welcome to come on, Irish Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
Nice one. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. All right. Oh man. What's the chat saying? What is everyone saying? What are the likes saying?
Oh yeah, and probably not enough. So guys, continue to pull that up.
Really? We not got enough, yeah?
Never is enough.
All right. Let's bring in.
Fucking hell, the argument tired me out.
Well, you're on minerals, bruv.
Yes,
Moyo.
Johnny, big up Lewis was on stream earlier.
Big up, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to incite any more unnecessary arguments, but Johnny, I want to ask you about the Lukaku situation, and more so from the side of Tuchel. Now, we are in agreement that it does not seem that Tuchel wanted this guy. You can tell from the football he plays and the way things have transpired since. Tuchel didn't want Lukaku. We can agree. However, my question to you is, wouldn't you say that because Tuchel never protested to the signing of Lukaku, he made the choice to call Lukaku and bring him over to the team? He is responsible as well. I think obviously Lukaku didn't do himself any favors with the interview. He didn't play to his ability. He didn't try hard enough. And he's just not the quality of the striker that we really needed. But Chelsea also didn't do due diligence in signing the right guy. I mean, I think we all knew it. You knew it. He's not the right guy for the job. And Tuchel had a part to play in that as well. And I think he needs to hold up his hand. He needs to take that L. I think he owns some responsibility. And I mean, from what I've heard from you, you don't agree, but don't you think he should have at least said something? I know it's Chelsea with Roman, but it's his responsibility to at least say no. I know he was trying to be diplomatic, but maybe he was too diplomatic. Maybe he became a yes man. And I think
it's with him, the problem was like he was happy with Lukaku joining, but he was simultaneously happy with just having the same squad as last season. And I don't think he had the same level of control over transfers as he does now. No manager did. You just got given the players you got given with. And Tuchel also said, like, he knows he came into Chelsea with a history of falling out with different boards. Fell out with the Dortmund board, the PSG board as well. And he said he was going to try and handle the Chelsea role differently. So I think from Tuchel's point of view, it's just like, fine, this is who you guys want me to use. Cool. We're just going to try and see if it can work. But he already said he didn't think it was going to initially work out. He just didn't think it would be that bad.
Yeah, well, I disagree. I disagree with both of you. I think you got to respect that the way Roman run his football club, no manager was a manager. They were a coach, and they were given players. And when you're employed by that model and that hierarchy, don't think that Tuchel wanted to call Lukaku. I don't believe he wanted Lukaku. He wanted a proper striker, like a Harry Kane or Lewandowski and a Haaland. And Lukaku is not even, in my opinion, if you've got Benzema, Lewandowski, Kane, Haaland, Lukaku's fifth choice. Not even fourth choice, fifth. Why would Tuchel want a fifth choice striker? He wouldn't. And when you look at the profile of Lukaku, it doesn't fit Tuchel's football or the way we've played under Thomas Tuchel the season before at all. So him calling up Lukaku is simply what Frank Lampard had to do when he didn't want to sign certain players, that they weren't his preference, but he still called them up to pull them in, because that's what you do to sell the club to these players as a pitch. And that's all Tuchel's asked to do. Tuchel didn't want this player. If Tuchel really wanted this player, he wouldn't have fought tooth and nail with Boehly to get rid of him. He would have tried to make it work. Even if he had the interview, he would really try and make it work. He didn't do that. He wasn't interested. And as soon as Roman got sanctioned, Tuchel dropped Lukaku immediately.
Yeah, it's obvious he didn't want him. It's obvious he didn't want him. But my point is, as a manager, or at least as a coach, I know you try to be diplomatic. I know you feel like you don't have a choice. But what about Mourinho with Ronaldinho and Drogba? Mourinho told Abramovich no, and he got his man. He didn't acquiesce to whatever the club wanted.
Different times. You know, bringing in Jose Mourinho, just won Champions League. Roman was there, splashing the cash, and he was like, "Look, who do you want? I'll get you Ronaldinho." And Mourinho said, "No, I want this guy." And he's like, "Who's this guy?" He says, "Don't worry, don't ask, just pay." And he got Drogba. That's gone. That went a long time ago. You know, after Mourinho, I haven't really seen a manager like get fully what he wants. It's all kind of a little drips and drabs. And you know, if they win you titles and they deliver and they still don't get what they want when they know what's best for the team, and Roman doesn't give that to you because you're like, oh well, we're winning, then you cause problems. And a player like a manager like Mourinho, he's very ballsy. He says it how it is, and he just lost it, and then gets the boot. I think with Tuchel had that experience at PSG. He didn't want to go into that. He knew Chelsea were that type of club, and therefore he handled it immaculately. Like, it was perfect how he handled the whole situation, even though he's livid and doesn't want the player, and he knows he's got to try and problem solve Lukaku, but he can't. He couldn't even do it because the guy's so poor.
So he didn't put his hand up and say, "No, I don't want this guy." He called.
No,
him
well, yeah, but he can't do that. You listen.
Okay, so my point is, he didn't protest, right? And that's fair. It's Chelsea. It's Abramovich. He felt apprehensive to do that, but then he allowed the purchase of £100 million striker who would not really fit into his plans. But then he didn't make any accommodations to make this kind of striker work in his team. I think he knew it was never going to work, but he never said anything. It ultimately didn't work, even worse than what he thought. I think he has to own some responsibility, don't you think?
No, he doesn't own anything, because you've bought a player. The board have bought a player that fits counter-attacking football only. He cannot play any other style of football. Tuchel does not play counter. The only way you could get the best out of Lukaku is to play counter-attacking football, and that's not what Tuchel's based upon. That's not his philosophy. That's not his experience. He does not play that way. So you're asking a manager who's just won you the Champions League and the Super Cup to change that possession football which Roman has craved since Arsenal back in the day, to go back to Conte football. You might as well just go and employ Conte back and get the best out of Lukaku, because that's what you've gone and done. And that was never going to happen. And inevitably, the case would have been, if Roman was still in charge, Tuchel would get sacked and Lukaku would be there. And then you'd have the manager come in and go, all right, I'm going to play this way, counter-attacking back four. And that's how you do it. And unfortunately, Tuchel, unfortunate for Roman, he's not there to make that decision now. And Boehly's made the right decision in backing Thomas Tuchel and getting rid of that fucking rat, because he was. That interview was a build-up from things that were already happening behind the scenes. And there was talks between Tuchel and Lukaku way before. And Tuchel told him, this is how I'm playing. It works. It suits all my other players. So why am I going to change? And basically, I guess you're basically going to sacrifice the qualities of all your other players to play one system that suits one fucking player. It's not going to do it. And rightly so, he didn't do it. And when he made that change against, I think it was Lille in the Champions League at home, and he dropped Lukaku, because Lukaku played 13 odd games, right?
Something like that.
And this was after the interview. He played 13 odd games, and he dropped him for a big Champions League game, and he brought Kai Havertz on, who'd rotted on the bench for about 7 or 8 games. Yeah. And when Kai Havertz came on, Kai Havertz scored the goal. And Tuchel's reaction to Kai Havertz scoring that goal says it all, or said it all. That he made a big call there because he was forced to play Lukaku. So as far as I'm concerned, board signing only. There is no Tuchel wanted him. Tuchel only had to say yes because he's a yes man. I told everyone this. He's a yes man. When it was Roman, he's a yes man. Now he's not a yes man. You know, this is my list. These will fit my style of football. And here's a couple options on each position. If you can't get me that one because we've got areas that we need to sort out, then I'm happy with one of these two. And that's what he'll do. Because right now we haven't got a director of football, so we haven't got the capability to and the time to go out and scout and do deals and then hand Tuchel profiles of players that he can look at and say, actually, I like this young talent. We can get him for 20-30 million. He's not a big name, but he's got his stats are unbelievable. His analytics are great, and we can get him at a good price. Can you work with him? And Tuchel will go, yeah, let's go for it. And there'll be discussions like that. We're not run like that now. You know what?
On the board signing thing and the board pressure and Tuchel being a yes man. I also think when it comes to AC, that interview he gave, that decision to drop him, I think that could have been a board pressure thing, because we come to find out after the fact that the way the contract negotiations were going on with Chelsea and Christensen wasn't like we thought in the media at the time. And so I think that his decision to drop AC was probably pressure from the board. That's what I think. I don't think people talk about it enough, but I think that was a board decision.
Oh, that was defo a board decision. Like, use the Rabiot thing as an example as well.
That was a similar
Tuchel
thing.
didn't drop Rabiot. PSG made him do it, and it's the same thing for AC too. It was stupid, but
they did do that. I agree with that. I think they did force him to drop Christensen. And Tuchel's like, look, I don't listen to the thing with Gaffer. He doesn't care. He just wants to get the result and win. And if he's got his best players available, he wants to fucking use them, and he couldn't. So that's another topic, but a similar thing where the ball dictates the manager, and I don't think you're going to get that now, and that's exciting for me. I want Thomas Tuchel backed because I know he's a world-class manager, and he would get snapped up by anyone. Like, they'll be queuing at the door for him.
Yeah, I think Boehly knows it too.
And he's at our club, so let's get the best out of Tuchel and let's build a dynasty with this gaffer because he's the best, But yeah, big up, Mo. I'm going to have to take you out, Geezer.
Big up, my guy. Take care of yourself.
Come on again, mate. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that, Jazz.
Yeah, done. Take care, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you later. Oh, mate, I've literally got to go on soon. 7:30. So, let me know in the chat, guys, whether you like this call-in show, and if you do like it, I'll do it again. And let me know in the comments as well, once the stream's ended, to tell me if something that you'd like me to do on a more regular thing, or like once a week on a Friday. I might be up for doing that. I quite enjoyed this, Lewis, bro. I'll be fair.
Yeah, defo. This is a great stream. We defo got to reload this generational debate as well too. Like, that's a full hour show. If we
I mean, it's hard doing call-ins and then you get stuck in, don't you, in certain debates. But there's plenty of debates that will happen. Don't worry about that. I'll add one more and then I'll cut it short. All right. Is that Dags?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh shit! Yes, Dags. What are you saying?
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Yeah, good, thanks for waiting, Geezer. Fucking, there's a lot of people in here, and I've seen you waiting in there for a little bit. So
yeah. Thanks for getting me on. But nah, I think y'all are getting stuck within between two words within that argument, because I feel like Johnny's saying generational talent, which is like talking about like the athleticism of a player, like talking about like the prototype. Like, you know how Kai Havertz is rare. You don't really see Kai Havertz's prototype as a player, like a tall player who's still really good with his feet and still has that pace with him as well. So I get what you mean by he's a generational talent. Like, the player is you don't see it as often. But what Lewis is trying to say is generational talent can't just be limited to that. You have to actually do something with that. So, like, Kai Havertz really hasn't proven anything with all that literally God has given him. You get what I mean? Like, no one coached him to be that tall. No one coached him to be that fast. You get what I mean? Like, that was God given. He should be doing more with what he has. And so,
no. What I'd say, Dags, is generational talent is about the potential to be fully generational. And I think for me, when you say you got to deliver as well, Kai Havertz has delivered Champions League final. He's delivered Club World Cup. He's delivered the Super Cup. He's done a lot at a very young age. So to say Mbappe's just generational and fucking Kai Havertz is nowhere near it is disrespectful. It doesn't correlate. It doesn't.
I'm gonna hold my tongue so we can finish.
But you also have to put it into perspective, right? Look at Kai Havertz every single year of his professional career. He has never had a year where he has been consistent over the course of the entire year. Literally, since he starting at Bayern Leverkusen, right? He always waited, not waited, but it always took him until mid-season in order to really kick off. That's why his goal scoring and his goal averages, it's always at like 10 to 15 and never in the 20 to 30 range. Because at the
You
beginning,
see why I say Haaland is generational, because he was consistent through an entire season.
exactly. So that's
There's my point.
the one thing that we need to look at as a club next season. If he has never started off by kicking off, right? We need to make sure that we have other players to supplement that in the beginning of the season. You get what I mean? That's why with this Raheem Sterling talk that we've been having, I'm for it right now. I'm for it.
Listen, I don't get how we can hype the attackers that we have right now and then turn our noses up at Raheem Sterling.
I don't think Sterling it elevates us.
Hold on, hear this. You know that Minamino, right? Takumi Minamino and Raheem Sterling are literally 1 month apart.
Mm-hmm.
So that should just end whatever debate we have. That should just end whatever debate we have. If they are 1 month apart in age and have that drastic difference in qualities, right? Raheem Sterling right now as a 27-year-old, we should make that investment. We should make that investment.
You know, it's gonna listen. Sterling's gonna probably sign, or he's trying to get a better deal at Man City.
He's apparently Tuchel's #1 attacking pick.
Well,
so again, everyone trust in Tuchel. That's what I've always heard. So it's not just trusting Tuchel when it ain't the players you want.
I do trust Tuchel. I'm not excited about Sterling, but if that's who he wants, I'm backing him, Lewis. Like,
I'm not. I won't direct at you. I mean, just people in general who don't.
No, but I want to tell everyone that as well, and I think it's very important as a fan to be like that. You know, majority of the fan base don't want Declan Rice, but if the gaffer really wants him and he gets him, then you have to back it.
No,
same energy as well. Like if Rice ends up coming to Chelsea, I'm gonna have to back it, and it is what it is. I ain't gonna run around with agendas and stuff. I just say if we are bringing him in for that price tag, you better hit the ground running, man. You better hit the ground running.
Another point with that, right? So let's compare the two people, right? The reason why Rice has such a high price tag is because he's an England international. He's Premier League proven, and he's young or he's at a good age, right? Calvin Phillips has the exact same thing with just a little bit of an injury history, and he just went for 40. So I don't think Declan Rice will sell for anything above 100 now.
It's the West Ham. That's West Ham or West Ham, really. If I'm being honest.
But at the same time, that has to be put into perspective. Like when you're going into those negotiations, right? Like Chelsea needs to be bringing that to West Ham. You get what I mean? Like, why are we going to give you 100 when they just got Calvin Phillips for 40? You know, like we're not giving you more than 80 max. Like it's something that you can bring into negotiations. Like that's how the trade is.
You don't know, bruv, if Phillips was even a target of ours, and also Man City. I'm sure I've been talking to him a long time. I think he knew Leeds. He was going to leave Leeds. Bielsa left, and I think he's hit the end of his sort of life cycle there at Leeds. So he's prepared to go to the next step because he's at that age really. And he's a good enough player. So I think it's all about timing as well. And it's just not suited us in timing for us as a club, you know, with everything that's gone on. It just doesn't fit. And City have had more time to get a deal. If we had a whole, you know, if we weren't sanctioned and blah, 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 all right, you know, maybe Roman might not go for that player. But at 40 million for Phillips and 100 million at Declan Rice, maybe Roman probably would have gone for a Phillips. Do you know what I mean? Because they see that as a better price tag, but we've missed out on that, and we've missed out on Tchouaméni, we've missed out on Basuma, Kamara, and all these players. But I'm sure if they were definitely like top tier #1 targets, I'm sure Boehly, the way he acted with Lukaku, would have acted fast on them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to read too much into it.
Yeah, another point to put out. I don't know precisely if Boehly is as hands on with the Dodgers as he will be with Chelsea. But if he is as hands on with the Dodgers make a lot of big money moves. A lot of big money moves.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Replicate that here. If he wants to replicate that here, Declan Rice might be coming this summer. He might be coming.
I think he will, or he'll definitely go for like Dembele, high wages.
Yeah, I think
I think Neymar is a sort of Boehly statement signing for me.
I think Sterling will be what Neymar, like, not globally, but like for the impact of the club, that will, like, for the stuff that we need. I feel like Sterling would suit us more. That's why I feel like we'd go for Sterling, especially since Tuchel's there. I don't think Tuchel will let him.
Yeah.
I don't think
Tuchel wants him, doesn't he? Tuchel wants him, but for me, I feel like Sterling is not. He's not a marquee signing whatsoever. Whereas Mbappe is.
Not going to get Mbappe.
Did I say Mbappe?
Yeah.
I thought I said Neymar.
No.
No, I meant Neymar.
Yeah, but no, I don't think we're gonna be looking for that kind of statement signing now, especially since we're still trying to rebuild the defense. So I feel like the first moves we'll be looking at is to get the new center back in. That's the first thing we're gonna do.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think they'll get Ligt and Kunde, and I think they're great players to add to our squad. That's top quality. That is.
It is. Ligt needs to be careful though, because I don't really like him in a back three. He's very erratic.
I think he can learn though. He's still young and he can learn. But back four, solid, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean,
he's learned off Bonucci and Kalani, so
he hasn't learned really. That's the only problem I have with him. The same mistakes he was making 3 years ago, he's still making now.
Maybe, but still young, still got potential, and he can rectify them mistakes.
Yeah, let's just hope that it's not. Let's just hope it's not another Kepa signing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, we hope any of them are not like that. We don't want any signings like that. Crying out loud.
Yeah, because that Ligt price tag is actually insane. It's actually insane.
Yeah. Granted, but big up, Dags. Come on again, mate. When I do another one, yeah.
We'll do.
Like, thanks for coming in. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. It is. But yeah, big up.
Big up.
Sorry, people. All right. I'm going to have to sort of end the stream. But before you do that, like it, subscribe to it. It helps. And comment is very important. Comments in the bottom of the video. I'm going to jump onto Man Knows Football, Goonies channel, which is in like 15 minutes. So if you want to jump on there and come and support him, he'd appreciate it, and I'd appreciate you in there as well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you with Generational Minerals, which is my boy Money Mace and Johan Cruyff.
Oh,
yeah,
don't say it
right.
Let's go.
Absolute same technique, same everything, mate. Yeah, let's have it right. So, everyone, thanks for tuning in. I didn't even want to do. I've done 2.5 hours. I didn't even want to do that. I wanted to keep it short and sweet, but it's not gone that way, unfortunately. But big up to everyone in here. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, as always. Lewis, anything you want to say, Geezer, before you want to tell them your channel? Obviously,
yeah, guys, fucking Carefree Lewis G, you already know. But guys, like and subscribe, get Johnny to 1K subs, and then he can start monetizing this shit. So yeah, guys. So you got all you guys asking about super chats. You have to subscribe first. And yeah, I think there's like a certain amount of views you gotta hit as well. But you gotta subscribe first so you know when the videos are coming out. So guys, do it already. You already know.
Yeah.
Big up as well, Johnny. We'll argue forever, but like we're boys.
Of course. That's what it is, man. We'll have it out all the time. That's what it's about. And I'm sort of just testing like what suits me times wise and show wise and blah blah. But I'll be doing a lot more stuff. So yeah, keep tuned. And as always, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, and I appreciate everyone in here supporting the channel, watching, liking, subscribing as always. So I'll leave you with my outro as always. Lewis, big up, my guy.
Big up.
I'll speak to you soon, innit? You know what I mean?
Every time.
Everyone, yeah, it's been a bit of a good one. So yeah, like I say, appreciate you for being in here, and there'll be plenty more to come, more minerals to land, and obviously I'm very grateful for all of you watching the show, and I will get some people on, some special guests and whatnot, and we can continue to grow. But yeah, like I say, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.